following is a live presentation of CBC Sports.
For the Stanley Cup Monday night.
Hello, Canada and hockey fans in the United States and different lands.
Welcome to the last show of the season. First thing we'll do is turn back the clock. Here comes Doug Weight. He's not playing tonight. This is at 7:33 Eastern, so about a half an hour ago, saw Kevin Adams walk out of the dressing room with Kelly Hrudey as we go inside the Hurricanes room.
Well, one of the things you notice right off the bat is how serious everybody is, and I think that's a good thing and probably a dangerous thing for the Oilers. Now, in fact, if the Oilers had beaten them maybe 3-2, Carolina may have masked some of the problems that they had. But in this case, when they embarrassed themselves by losing 4-0, they know to what depth that their play has fallen, and now they have to get it back in a hurry. So you can expect that they're focused, they're ready, and they're angry. And that's dangerous when you're playing a desperate team. You know you better be ready if you're the Edmonton Oilers.
Cam Ward's fiancée Cody walked in with her mom Donna. How about the 22-year-old tonight? His play was outstanding. I mean, that could have been 9-0 the other night.
In the second period.
Right.
So he's been unflappable. So if there are people out there that are worried or concerned about Cam Ward, you don't have to be. He's been outstanding. Mike Commodore as well. He's a guy that's turned out to be a real warrior and improved himself through sheer hard work and determination.
We'll never know, Kelly, how banged up they are. Aaron Ward's probably hurting. Glenn Wesley probably hurting. He was roughed up earlier and hurt his hand actually earlier in the season. Welcome ringside at RBC Arena. A lot of Edmontonians. Boy, you know, the joy in the capital of Alberta the other night, something to behold, Kelly. It was like one giant block party. Now the Oilers fed off the energy in their building. They certainly won a big game in this rink. How about as we go into the Edmonton room, the Oilers?
Well, they're a confident team, and I think it shows right here. They're loose. This is very much like a lot of the teams I played on. Guys are confident, ready for the games to start, not worried, not thinking about what might happen in a negative way, but all positive. And you can see Markkanen, that's a different position. Those players have to be a little bit different. They have to prepare differently, and Markkanen's ready. He knows all he has to do is be steady. You know, Carolina, they haven't taken a lot of shots in this series, and so Markkanen knows, unlike going back to maybe December or January when both he and Ty Conklin were letting in a soft goal a game, in this series, all he has to do is to be steady, and they're probably going to win.
He's been great. 82 of the last 85 he's turned aside. Home ice for the Hurricanes. You know the stats mean nothing, but the last 13 times the home team has won Game 7 in the championship, 11 occasions. So what do you make of last change, perhaps, for the Hurricanes or any other edge?
Well, change is important right off the bat, but I don't think it's going to be all that important as the shift goes on. I really expect Carolina, because of their energy level being so low, that they're going to have really short shifts, so it's going to be hard to match lines, and we're going to see a lot of trying to match lines on the fly. That's difficult to do. Carolina, if I'm then, I take my 45-second shift, and I reduce that down to about 35 seconds, and if there's any doubt, if I'm on the forecheck and I'm a little bit tired, I get off first chance I get, because the last thing I want to do is be caught in my own zone for about a minute 15 and being tired.
Game 5 in here, first shift. Chris Pronger directs it to the net. Pekka made it start. We'll ask you about Pronger after the interviews. Here's Chris Pronger and Scott Oake, first of all.
Ron, thanks very much. Chris, Game 7 for the Stanley Cup. In your dreams, how often have you played this game?
Quite a bit, certainly. Certainly back home playing road hockey. That's always what Game 7, overtime, and things of that nature. But it's certainly exciting to be a part of this.
Always turned out the same way?
Always. Hopefully it continues that way too.
How confident are you, if the Oilers play the same way that you played in Game 6, that you'll leave here tonight with the Stanley Cup?
Very confident. I think all along, as long as we don't beat ourselves and play a simple game like we're capable of, and play well defensively, then we can definitely win this hockey game.
You know, this may end up being recalled as the biggest game many of the Oilers will ever play, yet there seems to be a real sense of calm in your room. How do you explain it?
Well, we've been in this position for the last 3 games now, and it being do or die. And this is the last game of the season. Go practice tomorrow, so we've got to leave it all out in the ice, and really all playoff long. Just the belief in the guys in the locker room that we're going to get it done.
Chris, thank you.
Thank you.
Now to Elliot Friedman with Rod Brindamore.
Thanks, Scott. Rod, before Game 7 against Buffalo, you had an emotional statement to make to some of your teammates, and they said after Game 6 here, you did the same thing. What kinds of messages did you have for them?
Well, I mean, it's a little different situation, but obviously we know what we're playing for. We want to make sure that, you throw everything at them, no regrets, and go out there and just play your best and give it all you got, and at the end of the night, that hopefully will be enough for you.
It's interesting. You got a smile on your face, and the way the guys came back from Edmonton, they were embarrassed, they were hurt. Mentally, do you worry that they're in the right or wrong frame of mind?
Well, you know what? Sometimes it's better to get your butt kicked in a way, because it's easier to forget about those games. The close ones are a little bit harder. We know we didn't have a good game back then, and we just leave that there. And you know what? We're playing for all the marbles, and we're at home, and it's what you play for.
Good luck, Rod.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Ron?
Thank you, Elliot. Rod Brindamore, 12 goals in the playoffs. Fernando Pisani with 13 for the Edmonton Oilers, 5-game winners. Brindamore, 4-game winners. Back to Pronger. What would you do if you were the Hurricanes?
Well, one thing that Carolina has, unlike San Jose, where they really punished Pronger in that series, they have smaller forwards. So what I suggest, use their speed, get in there early, and even though they're not big enough to maybe punish Pronger, but get in there so he doesn't have the time to make those passes, because Pronger has been far too easy, and as everybody knows, he's brilliant at that first pass if you give him that kind of time.
Okay, Edmonton, they use that passive trap against Detroit a little bit, but that doesn't seem to be the secret of their success here.
No, not here, and in particular because Carolina is so beat up, they have to continue to punish them and skate. Use your speed too, because Carolina, again, to rehash the same old topic, they don't have a lot of energy, so if you skate, they may take some penalties. They may be forced to.
Bill McCurry and Brad Watson will call the game this evening, Kelly. Game 7 on its way. Edmonton, of course, first time in 16 years. They used to be the champions. They used to be the trophy for every other team in the NHL. Hurricanes Oilers coming up.
Stanley Cup final.
Welcome back to Carolina. Series has been one of the best, and now a best-of-one ringside with Don Cherry.
Yes, well, first of all, I want to say what great ice it is here for Danny Craig. We only give him heck when it's bad. Thank you, Danny. Well, if you think you're going to see it, Edmonton, the same thing you saw Carolina. What a wipeout that was. That was the worst thing that could have happened for Edmonton. I'm sure Grindamore had a meeting. Is this the way we're going to go out? Look out, they're really going to go. But I cannot believe all the gas Edmonton has in the tank. After February, they've been doing a 7th game. Boy, this is going to be something. Come on. You know Carolina's hurting. Pound that defense. But watch the penalties.
Game 7, enjoy.
Coaches and staff in removing your caps as the Hurricanes' own Holly Wolver honors both Canada and the United States of America with the singing of each respective national anthem.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all thy sons command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the
Before the gaze of former legends, a new hero awaits. It's last call. Bob Cole, Harry Neal, Robert.
Game 7. This is special. So, a special hello, Canada, and hello to our Canadian forces in Afghanistan, in the Middle East, and in Europe, all watching on Canadian Forces TV services. And I have a hunch who you're rooting for tonight. Here are the goalies. UC Markkanen made 16 saves to record his first ever playoff shutout in Game 6 and is now 1 win away from joining Grant Fuhr, Andy Moog, and Bill Ranford as Oilers goalies to win the Cup. Cam Ward has allowed 8 goals in the last 2 games, and he has to have his best game tonight for the Hurricanes to capture their first ever Stanley Cup. Bill McCrary and Brad Watson are the referees. Zaborski shares on the lines. Paka, Pisani, Torres against Brindamore, Williams, and Stillman to start. Pauline and Wesley, the 2 defensemen in red. And in white, Jason Smith and Chris Pronger of the Edmonton Oilers. Here we go. Game 7, folks. Winner takes it all. Pronger slapped at the puck. You know the Hurricanes are going to come out rushing, and they're doing that now. It is shot in over the line, and now it'll be Torres getting it out. Through center, chopped in by Pisani in deep. Ward out of the net to stop it, and there is Wesley. Away he comes. Allowed to get the puck up to center. Stillman will shoot it. That's off the stick. And up over the glass, into the netting.
Well, Craig McTavish's team has to be as confident as they've been at any time during this series. And you know the old Yiddish proverb, confidence is half the victory. We'll find that out before long. And Peter Laviolette had an awful time watching that display the other night. Maybe he should use Woody Hayes, the famous football coach from Ohio State, when he once said, let's paralyze their resistance with our persistence. Let's see if they can do it.
Stahl is with Recchi and Cole now for Carolina. The Oilers have Hemsky on, Horkov and Smith. Hemsky's shot nowhere near the net. Will be stopped by Spacek. Kept it in. Here's Hemsky, number 83, trying to get out front. He's bodied on the play and lost the puck. Carolina can't get going as Recchi was nailed in his tracks at the blue line. 1 minute gone in the first of Game 7. Little trouble for Stales, but he got away with that and then lost it. Recchi is coming down, and he has Cullen carrying in. Right in! And that's stopped by Markkanen. First big scoring chance. First big stop. There's Cullen again. Backed it up. In there is Ladd. Centered it. Comes a shot. Score! Just inside the blue line, Aaron Ward makes it 1-0.
Well, Markkanen had just made a terrific stop on Cullen, and it looked like the Oilers were out of trouble, but Ward from the top of the circle, through a mass of legs, skates, and stick, scores the first goal of the 7th game of the Stanley Cup Finals right here in Raleigh.
1:26 in. Carolina off to a great start and get rewarded with that first goal of the game. And the crowd is turned on. They're going to stay that way unless the Oilers can pick it up now. Dvorak couldn't stop it. It's off his leg and in deep. Ward does not clear the puck out. It's out anyway. And coming back is Matt Green. He had to hurry it up off the glass. Dvorak was dumped. Stoll tried a shot. That's off a leg and wide. Oilers are after it in there. Play it around. Samsonov shot. That'll be Cam Ward hanging on to this. Ward's second of the playoffs. The first goal of this game from Ricky and Cullen at 1:26.
Well, Cullen gets his first point in the last 5 games, counting this one. And it's always good when you're slumping a little bit to get on the score sheet. Mark Recchi gets his third point in the last 5 hockey games.
Carolina, you knew the last thing said in the room was get out there, guys, and get the first goal. They've got that done. Edmonton now will bring the puck in. It's lifted in high and down the ice behind the net. Murray shouted in. Harvey is after it. He gets it. Todd Harvey backed it up. That's Morrow with the puck now. Played it around the net again. It'll be Carolina on it easily. Nobody in there forechecking until now. Morrow did come up, but it'll be taken away and out by Whitney. Cullen stabbed at it. It's knocked down inside that Oiler line. Crowd wants a penalty called. Cullen was dumped in the middle of the ice. But the play goes on, and the 2 referees are letting them go here in Game 7. And that's the way everybody wants it. 1-0. Hurricanes have the lead early in Game 7. In it goes, and here comes Cole. Cole has the puck, and he fell. Got it out front, though. Knocked away on the line. Hurricanes are a different team tonight, folks. A different team in the early going of this one, but here's the first penalty. The goalie was knocked down. Markkanen was hit at the side of the net, and here's the first penalty of the game.
Eric Stahl's going to get it. He was racing in to get in on the forecheck, which is part of Carolina's plan, and something they did not do well at all in Game 6. And here it is right here, and he's going to run into Markkanen, who had the puck and bumped it behind the net to Smith. No question about it. I'm not saying he did it on purpose, but the goaltender was in no shape to take that hit.
Stahl, goalie interference at 3:17. The official. 1-0. Hurricanes have the only goal so far, and Aaron Ward scored that. Now the first power play. Won by Carolina, although it goes down in their zone. They control it. Wesley played it away, and now Pronger is with Spacek. Pronger starts up himself. Spacek alongside. He went to Hemsky. He got in, but then lost it as he tried to go all the way in himself. And it's fired down the ice onto Markkanen. Pronger has Brindamore on him. Spacek takes it and comes out in front of the net. Here's Hemsky. Up through the middle. He wants to go in himself again. Hangs on to it and lost it. Now it's kept in at the line. Picked up and cleared by Carolina. They're killing it off and they're attacking. Shot blocked. Big rebound and it came right through Ryan Smith, who was coming back. This crowd is afire. So is the team. 1-0 they're leading. Power play coming up. Horkov back to the line. Pronger. That stop. Rebound. That's off the stick and over the net. It's kept in at the blue line. Shoveled ahead along the boards. Power play continues for another 45 seconds. Up to Horkov. Side of the net. Back to Horkov. Out at the line. Pronger. Fired. Blocked. That'll be cleared. Carolina doing a job, but Kevin Adams was hurt blocking the shot. He hobbles off. Oilers attack. Horkov to the line. Back to Tarnstrom. Again the shot. That's wide of the net, and It's out. 21 seconds left in the penalty. Williams took his man down. Williams hit another guy. Stoll took 2 hits from him. 1-0 Carolina. And they stop the play inside the line again. Wesley! And that's blocked. Stahl out of the box on the puck. Coming up. Listen to this crowd roar, would you? Williams gets it back. Look out, Ward again. This time he didn't get the shot through, but he's in on the puck. Around the net. Aaron Ward backed it up around the goal to Stahl. Out front. He lost it. It's still in possession of the Hurricanes in there. Williams behind the goal. He's coming out, trying to make a play. And finally, Turnstrom takes it. But he hit Brindamore with it. Brindamore and Stahl are there. Here's Brindamore coming out, back to the line. Wesley, back up to Brindamore. Brindamore feeds it in front, and it's broken up by Pekka, and down the ice they go. Dvorak is alone, coming in, and he fired the shot. Blocked, he got it again, and shot it around the net. Pekka gets it back. Spacek, Green, that's blocked, rebound, cleared away again. Carolina, a much different team tonight than the one we saw in Edmonton on Saturday. Dvorak lost it. Dvorak had a chance to get it back and didn't move on it. Played back through the middle and in over the line. They're just barely onside. Cole is up. Oilers don't get the puck near the line. It's kept in. Cole behind the net. Out front with the pass. That is intercepted, and Ethan Morrow takes it. He had to hurry the pass, and Harvey couldn't pick it up. 1-0 Carolina. The Edmonton line is changing at the 7-minute mark of the first period. Their call for icing. Hockey Night in Canada in high definition will return.
Chris Pronger, 14 of his 21 points have come on the road, and he nearly adds to that total. A gallant shot block by Kevin Adams before that, and then Pisani gets the rebound off the great shot as Ryan Smith is fighting for territory in front of the net with Commodore.
Brindamore on to take the face-off of Carolina. Stillman is next to him. Outside that circle to his left. Williams is on the other side. 1-0 Carolina. One back to the line, and the shot by Hedican is deflected. They don't get it out right away. Now they're out. Harvey was up there, and he'll come in. Harvey goes after the puck in there, and he's bumped on the boards back there by Hedican. Stillman is in to help too, and the puck goes to the other side, and Justin Williams slides it up to Brindamore. He got it through the middle. This is Stillman having to turn to pick it up, and then he was hit by Jason Smith. Connor jumps out in front of the net and brings it out. Connor gets to center with the pass, and it's dumped in. Edmonton, however, is in the middle of a change. That allows Carolina lots of time to get it down. Stahl lost it at center. They get it back, though, over the line, and it's jumped in. This is Jason Smith. Oilers trying to get organized. They're having a tough time against Carolina. The better of the two teams so far at 8 minutes of the first period. The only goal scored by Aaron Ward at 1:26 from Recchi and Cullen. And the crowd appears to be a factor. Or does it? Pekka dumps it in. And up there is Ryan Smith to pick it up, and 3 Hurricanes are on him. They get it, and Ladd brings it away. Down across center, dumped in wide of the net, Markkanen coming out, and he leaves it there. They nearly crossed signals in there that time, but Hemsky picked it up and got it ahead to Horkov through the middle. They get in over the line. Smith and Horkov, who's heading to the net. Smith's backhander to the far side. Hemsky dumped it into the corner, and Pauline had it, but he doesn't move it very far. Carolina now have a little bit of forechecking thrown at them by the Edmonton Oilers. Both teams changing at the 9-minute mark of the first period of Game 7. 1-0 Carolina. Edmonton and White starting out. Pass to Dvorak. He's met right away. Forced back. 3 checkers in there for Carolina. But they pull away from LaRose. Green did. Now it's stopped at the blue line and kept in. That's Dvorak. No pass. He's hit. Knocked down. Crowd loves this. Kept in though. Shot wide of the net. Oilers turn it up a notch by the looks of things. Dvorak shot the pass over there. A shot, stop, rebound, Dvorak can't get it in. It's centered, knocked down again, kept in by Samsonov, and now Green. He had to back off at the line. This is good pressure by Edmonton. Stole, centered it. It's off his stick and back out. Tarnstrom faked the shot. Here he goes. Now he centers it. It's back of the net again. Dumped out in front, and finally the Hurricanes lifted high and down the ice, but the Oilers have found their legs in a hurry. Craig Adams nearly stole one inside the line. Offside. 9:53 left in the first. It's been great so far. A little better for Carolina. Just a little.
Here's Eric Cole's stats from the Game 6. More than 3 months since he broke his neck. And here is a little action. He and Smith, Jason Smith, clips him in the face. Cole told me his legs quit on him in the third period in Game 6. He felt a lot better at practice this morning and said, I'll be a lot better tonight. Great to see the young kid back.
So far, the Hurricanes have been a lot better tonight. We played 10:07 of the first. They're leading 1-0. The shots, though, are Oilers 4 and the Hurricanes 3. A lot of shots have been blocked, though, by the Carolina players. So it's Dales. He didn't get the center before shooting it. It got in anyway. And Wesley nearly lost it. He had to hurry and didn't. That's okay. They get away with it. And Pauline flipped it on the glass and got it out. And down the ice was Cole. He stopped right away. And Edmonton bring it away. This is Pekka. A little bit of room for him here coming in. Pekka given a light bump by Carberlay. Puck to the corner. Pisani is hit hard though. Pisani shakes it off. Gets it back out to the line. Steos gave it away. And it's back out for Cole. He's coming in there and Recchi is with him. Cole passed the other way and Markkinen didn't play it. Now he's out to knock it away. And the play is stopped. There's going to be a penalty called. And this one is coming against Edmonton, I think. We'll wait now. A little mix-up down in the corner, and it looks like Spacek is going off. Holding.
Yes, he is. That was a 2-on-2 rush. Cole had the puck. Spacek was taking the guy without the puck. He's really played well, Jaroslav Spacek has, for the Oilers in this series. And you can see right here, he's tangled up with Recchi and takes him to the ice. And the puck is cleared back to the point.
In Game 6 at Edmonton, Carolina was 0 for 6 on the power play. Spacek holding 11:03. To the blue line. They'll spread out now and keep control of it. Looking for the good shot. They're leading 1-0. Pass gets to the corner. They stay in deep. Out front it counts. And that shot by Carberlay is blocked. He got it again. Rink wide. No shot over there. But it's behind the net. Stillman played it back out. Again, Carberlay leaves it at the line. Stays open. It's broken up. Orkov was going off. He might have had a chance to go after it, as Cullen lost it. Now he brings it ahead. In over the line they go, and Stillman shot it off the boards. It'll come around and out here. Carberlay couldn't keep it in. Ethan Morrow, good penalty killer. He's up there and he got the puck. Morrow slapped at it. Comes loose. Pekka got it up over the line. He and Morrow have been great for Edmonton in this situation. A man short, and the play stopped with 1:04 left in the penalty.
Carolina's power play was one of the reasons why they got this far, but it went south, as you can see, yesterday, or in Game 6, and they're looking for a little help there, as power play for Edmonton with 3 goals really look good, but they have scored 24 of their 30 power play goals in these playoffs here in Raleigh.
Hedican backs up. Whitney takes off to his right. The pass gets over there. Ladd hooked a high one in. Stales chance to clear it. No mistake. Off the glass and by everybody down the ice. Coming back for it is Ray Whitney. Murray was watching him. Hedican, the defenseman, lugs it out. Dropped it back, and Stahl was stalled and couldn't move on it. And they're offside at the blue line. 7:28 left in the period and 30 seconds in the penalty.
Well, Eric Stahl has been a terrific performer. He went into a bit of a slide there for a game or two, but not very long. He hasn't scored in his 4 games. He went without a point, but in the last 3 has 5 points, 2 of them goals. 18 of his 27 points in these playoffs have been earned right in this rink.
1-0 in Game 7 at 1:26 of this first period. Aaron Ward from Recchi and Cullen. As the Hurricanes came out, really storming. And they got that goal. Hedican shoots it in. Carner missed it. But a shot down the ice. 20 seconds left in the penalty. Spot check off for holding. And he sees the Hurricanes come by at center ice. It'll be dumped in by Hedican again. Carner over. He reaches it in time, but they can't hang on to it. Commodore stopped it at the blue line. Shoveled the puck in there for Recchi. And it's centered right in the crease area. And comes back to Markkanen. As swinging at it, Morrow missed it, and it came to the goalie. Penalty is done.
Well, the power play was not very effective. They didn't hem the Oilers in very often, but a funny bounce fools Smith on this one. And then the rebound is picked up quickly by Markkanen. That's a good play because he knew his penalty killers were tired.
Morrow missing that, and then they got an extra chance. But only the one shot allowed on goal. Teams at full strength. Just under 7 minutes left in the first. Jason Smith. Hemsky had to pass that one before he was decked, and boy was he hit. Ryan Smith shoots. He didn't come close that time. And the Hurricanes get it out smartly. Oilers have to get back on side, and they swing back in. That's Ryan Smith coming in looking for Valin. He fooled him, went the other way. Got the pass off. Commodore stopped at center. In over the line. Craig Adams tried to center. And it's deflected away, and the goalie watched that one get out to center ice. Ryan Smith is in. Hemsky tried to stick handle in, had a whack at it. In the air, made contact, but it didn't hit the net. And 3 Hurricanes jump away again. Down they come in over the line. Nobody up there with Stahl, so he shot it. They were changing. It looked like 3 on a break, and then the other 2 went off. Stahl again comes out. Takes the shot. That's blocked. He's knocked down. And the puck is out over the line. That'll be called on the offside unless they clear it. They do get it ahead, but now not far enough, and the play goes offside. You're watching Hockey Night in Canada on CBC.
One of the obvious reasons that Edmonton won Game 6 was their physical play. And they're doing it again tonight, but they're getting a lot bigger response from the team in red, as they know they have to match the Oilers physically if they want to win this hockey game. And so far, they've done that.
Yes, they have, and they're ahead 1-0 with 5:50 left in the first period. Aaron Ward's second goal of the playoffs. The defenseman up, taking the shot from inside the line. After great pressure by Carolina. Oilers on their heels a little bit, but offside is the call. They can't quite get the puck controlled in their own zone.
Well, the Oilers are well aware of the fact that Carolina has not lost 3 games in a row since November. And this is the one game, if they lose it, that will cost them the cup.
Great crowd again. Oilers had that great crowd the other night, Saturday in Edmonton. And here in Raleigh, this place is jumping. Pronger, he knew he was being checked. And here comes Stoll. Up over the line with Dvorak and Samsonov. Samsonov shot it in there for Dvorak. He's bumped Samsonov coming up. He played the puck smartly to the blue line and goes to the front of the net. Dvorak didn't stop it. Samsonov is there. Dvorak centered it. And it's Carolina coming up with the puck in their own zone again and coming out. 5 of them line up to come. And then Whitney shot it in. And they all head off to the bench on a change. Goalie tried to play it out himself, but stopped at the blue line by Commodore. And it goes again. This is dangerous shot. Stopped by Markkanen. Cullen was open. Now Williams tries to play it out. He and Stillman. Stillman lost it to Stoll. They don't move it very far, though. Carolina taking it to Edmonton now. Karnstrom played it off the boards, and Samsonov brings it away. They finally get it out, and Dvorak didn't see the pass coming up there. Edmonton is changing now. 4:28 left to play in the first. Carolina coming on strong here in the 7th game in this first period. Wesley backed up, lost it. Pisani took it from him. He got it back from him, though. Edmonton in on it, played back to the line. Smith drives the shot. Nowhere near the net. It bounces out in front. And it was cleared back out over the blue line. 4 minutes left in the period. Jason Smith stepping up. The pass intended for Pisani didn't work. And Caberlet brings it away and shot it up there for Cole. He saw the hit coming and got away. Jason Smith had him lined up, so he thought. Cole saw him. Now there's Stahl. He's bumped behind the net. Hurricanes get it back to the line. Caberlet kept it in. And again, it's played along the boards. Pulled away by Pisani. He's caught from behind by Eric Cole before he can shoot it. And they push at each other going off and have words. The crowd saw that. Edmonton losing it near center. Whitney brought it back in there. And the shot by Ladd is high and wide. Whitney kept it in. Long pass comes to Hemsky. He's away again, hangs on to it. Shoots right on. And the rebound will be cleared. Carolina jumping away. It is Ladd playing it back. Cullen is nailed. Tell you what, these two referees are showing us a great game tonight. They're just letting them go at it. And they're going at it, believe me. 2:45 left to play in the first period. 1-0 Carolina here in Game 7. The Stanley Cup on the line tonight. Look at that hard hit. But a penalty is going to go to Green. I think his arm might have come up on Kevin Adams, who was hurt earlier blocking the shot, and he's hurt again now on that hit.
Well, he took it right in the chops as Green had him lined up, and at the last second put his arm or hand up and elbowed him right in the face.
Boy, did he nail him.
Adams is looking back for the puck. And just as soon as it gets to him, you can see if Green had just hit him normally and not taken that right hand off the stick and punched Adams in the mouth, it would have been a good body check and probably no penalty call.
Well, he didn't have the puck, I think, is what the referee was saying. And no matter how he hit him, it probably interference. And that looks, in fact, like that's the call. It comes at 17:33 with 2:27 left then in the first period. Carolina have a chance to increase their lead. They're up 1-0. Late goal would be quite something for the Hurricanes in this first period. Oilers must kill this off. Shot around the boards. Doesn't get out. It might now. Lifted away, but barely to center ice. Hurricanes Brindamore stalls a bit. Gives it to Eric Stahl, who played it in around the net. Hammered hard by Pronger. And that got by everybody and out. 2 minutes left in the period. There's Stahl. Got it in to Stillman. Center, Brindamore. Lost it. Stahl lost it. And it's out again. 1:25 left in the penalty. 20 seconds more than that now left in the period. 1:44 on the clock. And it's Cole losing it at the line, and out comes Morrow. He lost control of it, but got it back again and stalled a little bit at the blue line, and then it flipped over the boards at the bench.
Well, there's no doubt about the fact that Carolina has improved in all their areas of play. You knew that they'd be geared up after taking that pounding in Game 6. And the Oilers are having their hands full with the Hurricanes so far tonight.
Green has 1:07 left in his penalty. 1:30 remains in the period. That's Cullen. He's been carrying the puck well. Cole is nailed. And again, he saw that coming. Kind of protected himself. Recchi behind the net is pinned. He falls at the line. Shot is coming. That's high and off the glass. Kept in by Pravasek Carberlet, but now it's at the line and stopped again. Whitney stopped at that time and played it ahead. Recchi around the boards with it. Coming up is Cullen. Cullen played it ahead a little bit and went after it. Cullen in the corner, comes to the blue line. Whitney shot. It's deflected high again, and it went over the glass. 51.6 seconds left in the period. 24 seconds remaining in Green's penalty.
Well, the puck was tipped by a Carolina player, so the face-off will go outside. And here it is right here, and you can see right there. It looked like it went off a player in red, and the referee pointed to the outside, the blue line right away.
Edmonton weathering this little storm rather well. They haven't allowed a shot on goal yet. Some close ones were blocked. Carberlet flipped it ahead. Brind'Amour's on it, and he was pinned right away, but he got loose and got it back to Carberlet. Along the blue line with a pass. They spread out in there. The power play winding down. 6 seconds left on it. Stillman feeding it in deeper. Conger missed it, but there's Pekka again. Over-reliable, killing the penalty and playing it around the net. Now Green is out of the penalty box. He'll join the rush likely as it's shot in by Ethan Morrow. Now Green turns to the bench. 15 seconds remaining in the penalty. And it's the Hurricanes coming up. There's going to be a penalty to Edmonton again. It's shot in over the line. I think it's in the net. No red light came on. The goalie has the puck, but it sure looked like it went in from this angle now. When I say from this angle, we're so far up and back, and the goalie was down.
No signals from the referee, Bob, and he was right there. So they're going to look at that. The goaltender is... Edmonton's going to get a high sticking penalty on the play unless there's a penalty shot. And it looks like they've signaled for a penalty shot, as one of the Edmonton players must have fallen on the puck in the crease other than the goaltender. Steve Stales looks like he's got the puck covered with his hands. He's behind Markkanen. And we may see here better what happened. Let's have a look. The puck bounces up in the air, and I think the puck might have been in, but Stales cupped it up with his hand and pushed it out if it did go in, and he's going to cause the penalty shot because he's got it under his glove. Anybody on the ice can take it for the Carolina Hurricanes.
You know what's left on the clock in this period? 4.1 seconds.
And there was a delayed penalty call on the play. So this is an interesting situation because when the Oilers touch the puck on a delayed penalty, the whistle goes. And if Staios is going to get called for covering the puck in the crease, the whistle should have gone as soon as he touched it. So this is a tough one for the referees.
But if he does put his hand on the puck in the crease, whether he stops the play or not, that's a foul in the crease area. Anywhere else, of course, would be the stoppage of play in the penalty. While they're having a tough time ironing it out, Brind'Amour's the captain for the Carolina Hurricanes. He's been talking to the referees. They're talking to upstairs.
They can't go upstairs and make the call from there whether he put his hand on the puck.
No. And there's no puck placed at center ice yet. It's still in the referee's hand.
But the one referee pointed there as if to say there's a penalty shot. So Mr. McCurry's over talking to Peter Laviolette now, explaining to him what the situation is. And Jason Smith was over talking to referee Watson. So this is a little complicated situation, and they're going to take their time and try and sort it out properly. There's Mike Murphy on the phone to the timers bench and to the referee, Watson.
The crowd is standing. What is happening, they're saying? Well, now the referee is pointing down to the Edmonton end. Again, we reiterate, there's no puck placed at center ice, even though that sign was made by the referee earlier.
The penalty was way up the ice. He tries to lift Ward's stick and clips him right in the face. And the referee down here against the boards, the bottom of your screen, has got the call. Now, the play went on for another 10 seconds or more. And the first time the Oilers touched the puck to cause the whistle was the play in the crease. So they must have decided that penalties isn't going to be changed. But the penalty shot call that the referee first indicated is off the books. And whether the puck went in or not, that was another factor, but it was touched by the Oiler, Steos, before it went in, so that would have caused the whistle to negate the goal.
It's terrible, I know, to assume something, but we haven't been told anything yet, and we are, of course, at a disadvantage up here. They're talking to the PA announcer down there at the officials' bench now, and hopefully an announcement will be made. But if an Oiler touched the puck, let's forget about the Steos touching the puck first. If an Oiler touched the puck, then, of course, the play should be dead because of the delayed whistle on the penalty.
Right.
That would negate anything else happening after that. And then, in the assuming role, it was after that when an Oiler, if it in fact were Steos, put his hand on the puck in the crease. We're still waiting for all those answers. I know you at home would love to hear what's happening, just as we are here.
I don't think I've ever seen this situation in a hockey game. A delayed penalty, a possible penalty shot, even what looked like it might have been a goal, but they haven't indicated that at all.
Well, now they're just announcing that the play is under review.
And McCreary is talking to Brindamore, and he doesn't seem to like the answer he's getting, Mr. Brindamore. Now McCreary is talking to Jason Smith, and there's Mike Murphy on the phone talking to referee Watson.
He's the series manager, Mike Murphy, of the National Hockey League. And he seems to have his mind made up. Now the message should be coming.
Well, we know one thing, Ethan Morrow's got a penalty. Other than that, we have to wait to get an announcement as to what happened and why it takes this long to sort it out.
For the Oilers' sake, that penalty against them might be a blessing in disguise. No goal. No goal.
No penalty shot, even though there was a six.
A minor penalty. That's not a bad trade-off.
Well,
high sticking might have saved the day for the Oilers right here, winding down the first period.
The referee is over talking to Peter Laviolette now. They've spent a lot of time with both captains and both coaches trying to explain why they came up with their decision.
4 seconds left in the period. They'll drop the puck. Oilers will try to control it, of course, against Brindamore, who's been solid in this department. Pretty good job by Jarrett Stoll, and that will do it for the first period. It ends up being a 1-0 lead for Carolina on the goal early by Aaron Ward from Recchi and Cullen. Late in the period, what looked like might be a penalty shot call turned out to be nothing of the sort. It was a minor penalty called against Edmonton. The shots were 10-5 Carolina, and the score after one is Carolina 1, Edmonton no score.
Coach's Corner with Ron McLean and Don Cherry. Brought to you by Bell.
Ladies and gentlemen, you know, sometimes I come on here and I do brag.
All the time.
But, you know, it's hard to be humble. It really is.
Why is it so hard to be humble?
It's hard to be humble, so I don't try.
Such a bad example for the children.
Just a minute. While everybody was going nuts and the referee was going out there and everybody, what happened, what happened? I said, soon as he touches the puck.
Not right away.
All right, David. How long?
A minute.
1 minute.
Yeah,
I said 1 minute.
Okay, you
and
did
you
figure
got
it out.
out
Good
your
for you.
room.
No, I was actually looking up something else. I wondered if when they scored, does it nullify morals? Because it used to be, but they changed it.
Of course, I know. Coach of the Year.
Did.
Watch it. Almost went in there. We're going to highlight it again. And I said to you, right off the bat, I said, soon as he touches the puck.
Genius.
I know, absolutely. Coach of the Year of the American League and the National Hockey League. Why shouldn't I know? Where is that?
What's interesting, well, two referees makes it tough, too, because Brad may not have known there was one
Look, he kept it out. Steos. Look, they're really giving it to him. I think you see it. Look, it's right. Where is that?
So the first time they get control, it should have been a penalty shot. But because they got control, it nullifies. So that's a casebook thing. They'll be looking at that one.
I told you that. There it is. See, look. Got to go over all the way. I knew it right away. Anyhow, never mind. That's enough. Now, remember I had Charlie Huddy? You always have to have somebody like Charlie Huddy for the kids. And I say young kids to help them out. Kevin McCarthy, you love two of the... Charlie Huddy, Kevin McCarthy, two of the greatest guys in the world. Honest to God, they're just lovers. I just think they're the nicest guy. Look at that. Stahl, he's just telling them, you know, he got a dumb penalty and he's not, and he's, you know, look, yeah, he's good. What a great guy. Now, a few months ago, it seems, you remember Drury went down to block a shot and the gloves, and I said the gloves are too short. Get the bigger gloves. Let's see it right now. Look at this here. Remember I said that? Look at that. Stop it right there. And if it goes above the gloves, he's going to be hurt. Remember that? Now, watch Adams. Go ahead, run it. Watch Adams now block the shot, and we'll see him on the bench after. We'll see him on the bench after, and you'll see the gloves are too short. Now, look at he goes down. Boy, these guys sacrifice him. Like, you see him on the bench. Look at that. See the glove? He hits him on just above the glove. Now, you'll see him on the bench to put ice on it. Watch him. Watch, he puts ice on it. Watch him put his head. I mean, you can't believe how that hurts. They put the ice on it. Watch, just above the gloves.
Got Glenn Wesley earlier in the playoffs,
yeah,
2 years.
Absolutely. I don't know. They won't get it. Anyhow, I know you kids are going to start this whole series has been blocking shots, and I know you're going to try it. Don't, please, I beg you, always to turn your heads. Turn your heads, and you're all right. It's the most dangerous thing in hockey is blocking shots because you never know where it's going. It could get tipped. Always turn your heads at least. I never ever say block shots to kids. Sometimes they practice with you can't practice it, eh? I know, really, to be serious, you can't practice it. And it's deadly. It's deadly. Always keep your throat guards on too, kids. Always have those on. See that? Look at that. He got that in the ribs there. See how they turn their head? Never go out unless you turn your head. See that?
Even Pisani. And Pisani had one the other night was priceless.
Okay. Now, when you're killing penalties, always, I go from one thing to the other because I was bragging at the start, but I had. Anyway, when you're killing penalties, kid, always have your stick on the ice, no matter what. You know, never have it like this. Always have it on the ice. Go ahead right here. Watch what Horkoff does on Cullen here. You'll see now, he has a stick, he comes across. Now watch, he got his stick on, didn't even mean to. And that's what you do. Always when you're doing killing penalties, keep your stick on the ice.
We're roaring along here, and great. Can I just ask you, what were your thoughts on that period? What did you think of what happened?
Well, I told, on the opening, again, I hate to brag, but what the heck? Everybody hates guys. Why stop now? I told you it would be a different, I'm sure Brenda Moore had a team-only meeting and said, are you kidding me? We work all year, and people all over see us. That was a disgrace game, and that was a disgraceful game. What, 4 shots in that? He says, we go out, we work this hard, and we go, what?
So if you're Craig McTavish and the Oilers, what's going on in their room right now?
Well, they knew this was coming. They're all right. This is
Well,
a
I got
pretty
a
good
key
score.
penalty kill again here.
I know, but they're all right. 1-0 and everything. Just hang around there. Just hang around and everything. We got Cam Ward.
Yeah.
Okay, wait a minute. Cam Ward, we were at the morning skate, and watch this here. We're all alone with him up there, too. I've never seen this in my life since I've been 16, that the starting goalie is the first guy out. It is unbelievable for this here, and he's skating down by himself. He is so anxious to get going. I mean, this is really something, and I'm standing up there. I think he comes down the next time, and I yell at him. Anyhow, way to go, Cam. Anyhow, see, he's all, here it is right here, but I yell at him. Anyhow, he's playing well, he's a good kid and that. And now I come to the very last thing, and this is the one I do all the time.
Hold it. Just a little bit about familiarity breeds contempt. We're a good example of it.
Oh, we got that.
But yeah,
hey,
this is the face-off the other night. Yeah.
Watch this here. You'll never see this in the regular season. Watch this here. Watch them bugging one another, talking. Usually they ignore one another, eh? Watch, look at them. It's really, look at he's talking to him there. You suck, he's calling him and that. And everything, like it's really funny. Like, watch them, you holler back at him. Yeah, you'll never ever see that during the game. But they're facing off so much together. I'd hate to, long we didn't have sound on that, we're all right. Now, the draft coming up, this is the most important thing I'm going to talk about. I have been to these drafts. And for the NHL, OHL, I was there too. I saw kids crying. Please, I say it again, please don't go unless you're the first or second draft. Don't go. Don't sit there with your parents with tears. I mean, it is the most heartbreaking thing you'll ever see in the world. I mean, the Pokey kid, you know, the Leafs' next goaltender, yeah. He said in the paper, I'll never forget, he got drafted 2 years ago. He said, Don Cherry said, don't go. And I'm glad I listened to him. So don't go unless you're the first or second. All right, I'm going along 90 miles an hour. Thank you, Canada. Thousands upon thousands of requests for this $10 hat, and you love this hat as I do. And there it is there, thousands upon thousands. And don't forget, I get it up there, this money goes directly to the families and the troops. This doesn't get siphoned off. So thank you, Canada. You're the best.
And keep turning your heads, kids, or you'll get hit there and end up with a big head. Don Cherry in the Coach's Corner on Hockey Night in Canada on CBC.
Coach's Corner with Ron McLean and Don Cherry. Brought to you by Bell.
Aaron Ward is practically a CBC employee. He's done so many of those interviews tonight, this playoff, but deserving so on the goal. And it looks like almost as if you guys questioned each other's manhood, saying, how much are we going to let these guys push us around?
I think it's just the knowledge that we didn't show up for the last two games. We were pathetic in terms of our performance. And to play as a group, we know we can accomplish something, but we just hadn't been doing it. And we looked at each other in the locker room and said, well, it's last kick of the cat at this point. So collectively, we're playing our system, and we're actually in the game. And that's, I mean, it's just one period.
Who made maybe the most emotional speech, the most passionate comments?
I think it was Roddy right after the game in Edmonton. You know, the bandwagon's pretty empty right now. We realize that. We're back to square one at the start of the playoffs, where no one had any confidence in us to go very far. And I think at this point, it's the 20 guys in the locker room, the guys that have been in this roster for a while, and the management, and everybody who's encompassed by this Carolina family. And that's pretty much where we're at right now.
Thank you, Aaron.
Thank you.
Leading the Way. Brought to you by Ford. Built for life in Canada.
There was very little debate over who deserved the 1985 Conn Smythe Trophy. Wayne Gretzky led the Edmonton Oilers to their second straight Stanley Cup title and set playoff records for both assists with 30 and points with 47. He also tied a record with 7 goals in 5 games versus Philadelphia in the finals.
Once again, Wayne, you proved to be the greatest. Congratulations on the Conn Smythe Trophy Award.
Gretzky repeated his Conn Smythe Trophy winner in 1988. The Oilers won their 4th cup in 5 years by beating Boston. He would set a new record in the final with 13 points on 3 goals and 10 assists. It was also the last time Gretzky would wear the Oilers uniform. He was traded to the Los Angeles Kings that offseason.
Leading the Way. Brought to you by Ford. Built for life in Canada.
as we return for the second period, an explanation on what happened at the end of the first. As everyone's aware, Ethan Morrow had a delayed penalty coming up, and the officials, according to Stephen Walcom, when they reviewed it, saw Steve Staios touch the puck with his glove in the air, not in the crease, but in the air. That's when the play, therefore, should have been blown dead, and anything that happened after that, including the touching of the puck in the crease, is nullified. That's why there was only the penalty and not the penalty shot, Scott.
Elliott, the Oilers say they weren't surprised at the jump the Hurricanes had in the first period. After all, this is Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Final. The message in the room between periods was the rest the Oilers had between rounds can still come into play in the second and third periods. The Oilers believe they can take over this game. Craig Simpson said, all things considered, not a bad road period. Bob.
Okay, Scott, and here we go for period number 2, and 1:56 remains in the penalty that you people were just talking about to Ethan Morrow. So 1-0 on the Aaron Ward goal in the first early at 1:26, an even strength goal. Hurricanes a sharp first period. And Stahl is trying to get them up to get a goal, to get an early one here in the second. However, it's chopped out and down the ice as Edmonton will try to kill this off. 1:35 left in the Morrow penalty. And again through the middle. That is Williams getting it over the line. Stillman's with him. Williams keeps going. Shot it around the net. And that'll be cleared out. Pekka saw a man going and he got him with it. Down goes Pisani. He got it beautifully. Oh! And the high shot missed that top corner. What a move by Fernando Pisani on the break, shorthanded. But it's still 1-0 Carolina. And 1:05 left in the penalty. Here's another chance. Another big save by Ward. Edmonton coming close, shorthanded. The best chances they've had in a hockey game. Now Carolina starting back up as Recchi over the line. Cole is up there with him. Recchi keeps going. Cole has the puck. Hands it off. It's back to the blue line again. A long shot. That's off a skate and it stays away from the net. To the line, Recchi's pass. Broken up. And away goes Murray again. He decided to shoot it on the boards in deep. They want to change the penalty killers. 28 seconds left in the penalty. To Ethan Morrow of Edmonton. Carolina pouring it on again, and in they go with Whitney losing it. Came off a stick and cleared out by Pisani again. Down there was Michael Pekka. Looks over his shoulder, gets the puck, takes the hit, hangs on to the puck. Good work by Pekka. And now, out come the Hurricanes. The pass through the middle. Up there is LaRose, and went by him. Kevin Adams up with him. LaRose bumped a little bit, got it back to the line all right, and the shot is right back into him. Off the arm of Markkanen up high, and it gets to the corner on this near side. The penalty is over. Oilers have killed it off, and this will be an icing call. But fine work by Edmonton to kill off this penalty, and a couple of great chances.
Two good shorthanded chances. Pekka was the maestro in this one as he gets it over here to Pisani, and Stahl's a forward playing defense and looked a lot like a forward playing defense on that play, but the shot went way over the top of the net. And then Murray has a good chance coming in here, again shorthanded as the puck comes off the end of the rink right to him, and he can't beat Ward.
Face off on the icing call deep in the Edmonton zone to the left. 1-0 Carolina in Game 7 for the Stanley Cup. Pisani's pass. They get in over the line, and Pekka drops it back. Morrow coming up. Put the shot on, got the rebound, back out to the line with the pass. It hit a skate, came back to him. And they work hard. Hemsky on the boards, lost it finally to Williams. Up to center is Williams, the long shoot in. And they come up after it. It's shoved off the glass, and Hemsky turns with it. Had to throw the pass out, and he got a return. Hemsky coming in. There are four back to face him. Hemsky keeps going with the puck and lost it in there again. And it'll be cleared out by Carolina. They race away to center. What a wicked pace we have again to start this second period. The whole game has been like this so far. Stanley Cup on the line. That's the way it should be. That's the way it is. Spacek lost it. but it'll be cleared down the ice. Staios was galloping up there. Horkov got to it and shot it in. Oilers are changing. Nearing 4 minutes already of the second period. Green hammered it. And it'll be fired right back to him inside his own line. At Green to Horkov to the middle. Smith got up there near the line and lost it, but it's in deep enough, and he heads off to the bench on a change. Back out for Carolina. A lead pass was good. Collins centered it. What a save! Off Recchi. Markkanen made a save. That looked like a sure goal. Now Edmonton galloping away, and this is Stoll. He's in there, and he was bumped going in. And the play is stopped. No penalty. Everybody thought maybe there might be one coming.
Well, what a hockey game. Chances at each end. Markkanen comes up with a 10-bell save to keep it 1-0. Tarnstrom can't handle a bouncing puck. We have a 2-on-1. Here's the pass. What a stop with that right leg as he robbed Mark Recchi.
Was it ever? Picked up that big right pad and made a dandy. Keeping it 1-0. Carolina. Hurricanes grab it on the faceoff and get going again. It's played into Cole, trying to get inside. Penalty coming up against Edmonton. Cole was grabbed probably, and it'll be a holding call. Spot check, the defenseman is going off.
One thing Eric Cole can really do coming down the wrong wing is cut in, and he does it again right here. And it's tough if you're a defenseman and you lose a stride not to grab him. And that's exactly what happened. Is Cole drew the penalty because he cut to the net.
Carolina's fourth power play of the game coming up. They'll have to come back outside the line. Nope, it's kept in onside. Shot scored! Carberlay! 2-0. That was so close to coming out over the blue line. It was barely kept onside.
I think that shot went in off Jason Smith as Carberlay let the puck go from over on the left point, just about the top of the circle. And here it hits Jason Smith, changes direction, and goes under the left leg of UC Markkanen. The Oilers thought they had it out, but didn't. So nobody's on Carberlay. Lets it go. The half-block shot. 2-0. Carolina.
Costly penalty to Spacek as he grabbed Cole and got off for holding. This play is offside. 2-0 now on that goal by Carberlay at 4:18.
Have another look at it. The Oilers got their penalty killers over on all of them except Smith over on the other side of the rink, and he falls to block the shot that hits him right in the rear end. And then changes direction. As you can see, Markkanen thought he had it till the direction change on the Smith block.
Nearing 5 minutes of the second in Game 7. 2-0 Carolina. Long shot missing. The Carolina net by a fair margin. Tarnstrom back on. Now takes the pass. Morrow is caught. Morrow got the puck though, but he's stopped. He can't move it. Brent Murray passed it out. That was not great. Carolina again. Adams had his stick lifted before he could shoot it. Laid into the corner. Tarnstrom took his man down, then he fell. Craig Adams was there with LaRose. But it's Morrow coming away. The pass got out all right to center ice. And then Harvey was stopped right in his tracks. Carberlay scored his fourth of the playoffs from Cullen and Stillman at 4:18 on the power play. 2-0.
Well, you know, both these teams have demonstrated great teamwork, critical to any long run in the playoffs. I love Pat Riley, the basketball coaches, who said the key to quality teamwork is to learn a role, accept the role, strive to excel in it. William Shakespeare may have said it best, act your part, therein lies the glory.
Teams are 5-on-5. And the Hurricanes are up 2-0. Samsonov dumping it in. Hedican is back. Shot down the ice. Recchi took a good hit near his own blue line, and now words are spoken down the other side inside the Edmonton line.
Well, one of the stats that showed up in the first period that tells you what a changed team Carolina is, they out-hit the Oilers 18-7. They didn't get 18 hits in Game 6 total. And the Oilers had a lot more than 7 a period.
Stoll, Samsonov, Dvorak for Edmonton. Up to the line. Connor came up there and nailed his man. Cole is very slow getting out. He's back on his skates, but he's not moving very well. And Carolina get the puck in over the line, and Cole shows no sign of going to the bench after that hit. He stays on. There's a shot. The rebound nearly came out to him. Shot down the ice, and Cole remains on. Looked like he was going to head to the bench, but he did not. Looks like he's shaking it off. We'll be back.
Eric Cole on this last shift really took a rap from Pronger as the puck came around the boards, and Cole didn't see Pronger coming. We know he's coming off a serious injury with a broken neck, and he gets hit with a shot earlier in this game. So players must follow the old farmer's philosophy, Bob, regarding injuries. It doesn't matter how you feel. The cows still have to be milked.
Yes, and they're doing a good job milking this cow here tonight. They're leading 2-0. And we're coming up to the halfway mark of the hockey game. And the Oilers have to figure out a way to get to that netminder up there and beat him. Shots are 16-7 for Carolina. A complete reversal of the game Saturday in Edmonton. They're attacking again. There's Cullen centering it. Oh! A chance for Whitney. What a chance. Edmonton can ill afford to go down 3-0. Baden up, down 2. Connor waits. Hurricanes are changing. And the puck is shot into the zone. Wide of the net for Hedican to pick up off the goalie, and he can't get too far. Brendamore's nailed. Williams got the puck out for a second. He lost it. Now the Oilers are starting to hit a little more. Maybe that's the answer. Torres has given up on Fire, and Ward, who got the first goal. Pisani on his knees, gets back up. Brindamore can't take it from him. Big work by Pisani to get it back. At the line, Stales put a high one in, that's broken up. Williams is on the fly, but he can't handle the pass. Oilers were back watching him in a hurry. Spacek steps up. Edmonton now looking to be a little more organized. Getting the puck in deep was Michael Pekka. Then he went in after it. It's centered. And the goalie has it tied up there in his pads. No further play with Pekka trying to jam it in.
Cullen makes a beautiful pass earlier on this shift to Whitney, who has 3 goals in his last 6 games and 14 of his 15 points right here in Raleigh. A great pass, back pass by Cullen. And Whitney was the beneficiary right here, but couldn't put it by Markkanen, that right pad.
Hurricanes carrying in a little deep. That's Kevin again on the puck. Slapped it around the net. Dumped away near the line, but not out. Now it'll be slapped out by Tarnstrom. All the way down there was Balin. He cleared it to center again. Oilers trying to pick it up. They will at their own line, and the pass was up. They get in. Here's Smith. Instead of shooting, he thought he might hit Horkov, but he put it behind Horkov in front of the net. Long shot right on to Markkinen. He was ready for that. Here's a break. The Oilers are in. Samsonov dropped it back. And away comes Kevin Adams. Back in there with a low shot. Stopped by Markkinen. Samsonov going for the net for some reason, trying the back pass. Here's Cole, weak shot. Oilers are not getting the breaks. And they're giving it away when they do get a chance. Samsonov threw it behind the net. Tried to get it out, now he comes in to help. Cole was there, Samsonov got it. Samsonov pushed around by Cole a little bit. Lost the puck, they fight away for it on the boards, and Stahl comes up with it. He's out to center ice and delivers a pass down there. Coming inside was Recchi, changed his mind, and he was nailed back there. But he kept going, got it back out, long shot, stop. 3 Edmonton Oilers pick the puck up and get going. It is played in by a tired-looking Samsonov, and he and Dvorak have to leave the ice. Halfway mark coming up in the second period. Still 2-0 Carolina. Oilers have had chances. The latest one, Samsonov was in all alone and decided to drop it back. And it went out there to nobody. Face-off coming outside the Edmonton line. Still 2-0 Carolina. Goal in the first. Another one here by Carberlay. And a power play here in the second. Aaron Ward scored in the first. Edmonton stepped up their action a little bit here now in the second period. However, that by Rem Murray is offside. Hockey Night in Canada in high definition returns in a moment.
One of the things the officials, the Hurricanes asked the officials to monitor here in Game 7 was the way the likes of Ethan Morrow were hitting the likes of Eric Cole. They said they can take hits, but not when the Oilers were leaving their feet. They felt that should have been a penalty, Scott.
Asked Ethan Morrow this morning if his big hit on Eric Cole early in Game 6 just presented itself, or if he was looking for him. He said, "Are you kidding? I'm looking for him. We all are. Did you expect we were just going to tap him on the backside and say welcome back? And we'll be looking for him again tonight." But so far, Eric Cole's absorbed any punishment the Oilers have been able to hand out on him in Game 7. Bob?
9:59 left in the second period of Game 7. Carolina out shooting Edmonton 10-4 in this period. Markkinen dropped the puck after grabbing it. Pisani missed it. It's kept in at the blue line by Wesley. Shot around the net. Edmonton slow getting to it. Harnstrom lost it. And it's good for checking again by Carolina. Williams bats the puck back to Stillman. Brindamore. Stillman shoots. Deflected wide. Brindamore on it. They're beating Edmonton to the puck in there. Another shot comes from the slot. That was blocked, and Morrow gets it out to center ice. Edmonton's Pekka got it in over the line. Pisani back to Pekka, a little far for him. And then he was hit by Baline. Brindamore given a jolt. He went down. Williams carries on, though, and got it over center. Shoots it in. They came out in front of the net with a goalie out. Oilers get a little scare there, but now carry on. Pisani. Up over the line, dropped it to the defenseman Staios. His shot to the side of the net. Hurricanes are all back, and here they are again, led by Commodore this time. Up to center before dumping it in. And he was allowed to skate on there by himself to get to center ice. Staios played it back, hit the back of the net, and he got it back from Spacek. The two defensemen start to play. Horkov through center, good move, in over the line, had to drop it. And again, they get it out quickly. Hurricanes back checking well with their 2-0 lead. 8:15 left to play in the second period. Oilers stymied on the forecheck. They get the center, and Primer tries it now. In with Smith, he lost it. And it's batted back down the ice, and here's Eric Cole coming in. Inside, dropped it, and lost it. And a shot off the glass. Back inside the Carolina line. Both teams continue to change quickly with 7:50 left, and are offside coming in. Cullen took the pass.
Well, the Oilers were really lucky because the puck that was coming around the boards hit a bad spot to the left of Markkanen, and you're going to see it almost come right out in front of the net when Markkanen's behind the net. Luckily, Steos was in shape to keep it out of a danger zone. Every rink's got one, and it happens once or twice a game. It's hard to believe that the Carolina Hurricanes haven't fixed that because they got to play in that in 2 of the 3 periods.
Still 2-0 Carolina. Knocked down by Wesley. Fired back in. Green. He was lined up and nailed. He didn't like it. Lost his stick on a hit by Ladd. Now Cullen, Ladd. Ladd shot. Markkanen made the save. Edmonton dumping it down the ice, hoping for something to happen. It might here with Dvorak getting inside. He is stopped trying to get to the net. Pauline played him perfectly. And it's cleared out of the zone again. 7:05 remaining in the second. Still 2-0 Carolina. Spacek, Samsonov circles away. Pass coming to the open side and Stoll tries to get in around the net and does. Centered it. Right there, it's not cleared out. Here comes the shot from Steos. That's blocked. And it will be cleared by Carolina. 3 of them gallop away. Dumped in over the line and in deep. Oilers back. Stillman comes over checking. But it'll be grabbed and fired around the net to Spacek from Steos. Torres over center and dumping it in. But again, Carberlay back first. And they easily pick it up and get it out. Craig Adams got it to center. As far as that goes, and the Oilers pick it up. 6:10 left. Off the boards by Torres. Once again, the Hurricanes are back. Oilers can't catch them napping anywhere. They are sharp. And have the lead in Game 7. Karnstrom, look out. Nearly lost it. Torres passed it back. To the middle, Pekka. Can't shoot it in. Again, Pekka. Karnstrom had to turn back. Forechecking on him was Recchi. Crowd knows it. Hurricanes are playing solid hockey. Here they go. Through center, and Pekka broke it up. Good thing he did. They nearly had a 3-on-1. Stahl bumped off the puck. Long shot. Big rebound. But it'll be brought out by Cole. A little short pass got ahead. And he got in over the line with it. Cole chased it. He got it. Behind the net and lost it again. Edmonton in trouble. Down 2-0 and can't get anything going. 5 minutes left in the second. This is Morrow coming in. Met again with a body check and he's down. Got back up and missed the puck. He's down again. And there goes Whitney again. Down over the line. He's nailed by Green. They're hitting everybody out there now. Green with a hard hit on Whitney. The Oilers dump it down the ice. No icing. It was tipped at center. 4:30 left in the second period of the 7th game for the Stanley Cup. 2-0. Karnstrom. Williams right on him. Center. Williams! He missed a great chance. Hemsky now. He's going to go himself. Hemsky in over the line, hanging on to it. Hemsky hands it off. That pass was tipped away at the blue line. Spacek. Hemsky back in front with the pass. And the Carolina Hurricanes cover and get going again. Stillman's long shot is wide. Look out, Brindamore's up. That's knocked down. Brindamore was there, but it's the Edmonton Oilers. Can you believe this pace? Away goes Ryan Smith over the line and coming in. Smith can't get inside. He shot the puck in a penalty coming up against Carolina. On Smith, he was hooked from the behind. And when we come back, Edmonton will play on the power. Nicholas Pauline is in the penalty box. It's a hooking call.
Looks like Ryan Smith had a step on him, and then this is what happens. So the Oilers will get a power play. Carolina has done a terrific job tonight forechecking, and when there's no forecheck, look at them here. 4 guys in the center zone. No room to make a pass, and they're right on the puck carrier. The Oilers have a chance now to get back in the game.
They've had only 4 shots in this period. They'd better get a goal here, and they know it. 3:40 left in the second period in the 7th game of the Stanley Cup Finals, and it's 2-0 Carolina. And a power play now for Edmonton, only their 2nd of the game.
There's a conference here between the linesman and McCreary. Did one of the Carolina players shoot it over the glass in his own end of the rink? And the 4 officials are having a team back here. It's going to be a place, no, CFL started, but we're not having a place kick right here. And it is a penalty. Let's have a look. Aaron Ward's got the puck and flips it up, and it's over the glass. It hits the netting, but it's over the glass, and what an opportunity now for the Oilers.
Well, if they don't score now.
Now. What a time. The Stanley Cup Finals 7th game. Over the glass for a penalty. When you're killing one.
All right. Here's the setup. 5-on-3 for a minute 56. Oh. Edmonton. Stoll. Hemsky on the puck. Pronger up the line. Pronger stepping up. Triangle set up in there by Carolina. They're passing it around and passing it around. Pronger, no shot. Stoll, no shot. Outside with a shot from an impossible angle. Wesley had a chance to clear and didn't. It'll be at the line. Stoll stepping up with Pronger getting set at the blue line. Moving up. Stoll, no shot. Back out front to him. Shot! And he missed the net. Pronger, they got to get him on the net. 5-on-3, Edmonton. Another pass by Hemsky didn't work. Pronger and Stoll. Pronger, he's got the good shot. Stoll, Pronger in there. Hemsky, time running down. It's Pronger, and it's in there. Hemsky can't pass it. Hemsky, he gave it away, and a penalty coming up to Edmonton. And you believe this turn of events.
Ryan Smith's going to get it. He knocked the Carolina player down when he was going to get the puck to ice it. Wesley was the victim. So we have a 4-on-3 now.
Wow, Smith hooked the man who was trying to clear it.
Right in front of the net, right there. No shots or no dangerous shots on this 5-on-3. If the 3 penalty killers can get the 5 power play players to stand still, even though they're passing it around, they stand still, take away the point shots, and you don't get much going. You gotta move around and make them move and make decisions.
All right, moving up, it's still a power play for Edmonton. They're trailing 2-0. They've given away 1 chance. Racing for the puck on this near side is Pronger. He'll have to pass it quickly, and he does that. Good defending by Carolina. Spacek and Pronger now. Spacek. Pass. Oh, and it's flipped in there wide by Samsonov. Hit a stick in front. Brindamore missed a chance to clear it. Samsonov waited. He won't shoot it now. He's covered. Pronger might. Does. Right in the Ward. And he'll hang on to it.
Well, the Oilers, you got to get somebody in front of the net when the puck goes to the point. Pronger waited for someone to get there, as you're going to see, hoping that he could get a screen, and finally Horcoff comes in, and the screen shot was right into the gut of Ward.
Things are not going well up in Edmonton either. This is Rexall Place in Edmonton, and they can't believe what they're seeing. Their team up 5-on-3 and couldn't score. They still have a power play going here, trying to get 1 goal. They're down 2-0. They're in deep. Pronger again hands it off. Now the shot by Hemsky is blocked. Hemsky got it back to Pronger. Pronger ready. Pauline's penalty is over. The shot is blocked. Rebound. And Ward has it. It stays out. Now, folks, Carolina will go on the power play. Their penalties are done. 59 seconds left in the Smith penalty of Edmonton.
And Ward, who has been brilliant in these playoffs, is showing what a determined calm, collected goaltender he is, as he makes a big stop on Hemsky with his right arm. And then Pronger gets another one through from the point. And not only does Ward stop it, but he gets the whistle.
And 1:37 is all that's left in the second period. This is quite a defensive show turned in by the Carolina Hurricanes. Two-man advantage for a while until Ryan Smith took a penalty, and he's finishing off that now with 46 seconds left. Oilers couldn't get a goal. It's still 2-0 Carolina. Puck is all the way down the ice, and Ward is out of the net to play. 35 seconds left on this power play for Carolina. Coming up, looking to make it 3-0. They're over the line. Dumped in on the side. And it's Stahl shooting. It's blocked. The shot is blocked. Recchi gets the puck loose. Gets set to play it back. Recchi gives it to the line. Carberlet along the blue line with that pass, and now he gets it again. Shoved it up to the corner. Played back by Whitney. Whitney again. Shot. Stillman. And Markkanen is holding the fort. He's holding it at 2-0 with only 5 seconds left now in the Ryan Smith penalty and 43 seconds left in the period.
Well, Stillman, who's been an offensive star for Carolina, gets a pretty good chance here late in this power play. But Markkanen is right in the middle, and another great example of how much these guys want to get their name on the cup. Morrow dives in front of the Stahl shot to take a good scoring chance away.
Smith has 5 seconds left in that hooking call. Oilers kill this off because he's back out. Now then, only 34 seconds left in the period. The Oilers get the puck at center. Hemsky again alone. Coming in, moved inside, but Smith was ahead of him as he made the move just before he hit the blue line. The 2006 NHL Awards will be held in Vancouver this Thursday, and you'll see it on CBC at 8 o'clock local, 9 p.m. Atlantic, and 9:30 in Newfoundland. The awards, of course, hosted again by our own Ron MacLean.
There should be an award to these two teams for giving us this show in this year's Stanley Cup Finals.
Puck knocked up on the boards to center ice, and the Oilers running out of time. 15 seconds left in the period, and it's cleared again by Carolina. Keep saying that. Cleared again by Carolina. Cleared again by the Hurricanes. And the period is over. The shots in the period were 11-8 for Carolina. So it stands after 40 minutes in the shot department, 21-13. Another goal in the period by Carberlet, and it's 2-0 Carolina.
It's 2-0 Hurricanes through 2 periods of the deciding game of the Stanley Cup Final. Here's Steve Staios. Steve, I got to ask you first of all about the missed opportunity on the 5-on-3, which should have been your best chance to get on the scoreboard in this game.
Yeah, I mean, we had a chance there, but we can't dwell on it now. We're down 2. This is our last chance. We got 20 minutes to play, but we're a team that can come back. We can play in all situations, so we got to just jack it up. We got to find our rhythm. We haven't been able to find it yet, but certainly are going to come out with our best in the third.
Steve, the confidence of you and your teammates coming off those last 2 wins was sky high, and I know the attitude in your room was our best can beat their best. How far away have you been from your best game tonight?
Oh, we're not there yet, but we're certain that if we get 20 minutes here of our best, we can come back in this game. That's how we feel.
Thanks, Steve.
Thank you.
Steve Staios of the Edmonton Oilers stand by for after 40 minutes. Ron will be joined by Kelly and Carolina commentator Trip Tracy. Carolina Hurricanes are 20 minutes away from the Stanley Cup. We'll return to the RBC Center in Raleigh-Durham, North Carolina.
After 40 minutes, brought to you by the Sorrento from Kia, the fastest growing automaker in the world.
Back at the RBC Center in Game 7, Trip Tracy was drafted by the Philadelphia Flyers of Michigander was a star in the AHL, East Coast Hockey League, and of course with John Forsland on the Hurricanes broadcast. And I know that's not going to go over too big in Edmonton, but you're one of my favorites to watch, Trip, along with John. Thanks for joining us. Let's start with your thoughts on the first two tonight.
You know, Ron, Harry Neal worked the first series for Hockey Night against Montreal. And the thing that Carolina didn't do in that series until late was back pressure. Forwards coming back to support the defense. And I thought that was the key to the all-important first goal, as Cole did it along the boards. And really, the forwards coming back is totally relevant to the Canes' five-man units in all three zones.
Kelly, is that the reason that Edmonton's having trouble? They seem to be always passing when they could be shooting.
Well, the other thing I think with Carolina, they're using their speed, so it's a lot harder for Edmonton to hit them. And that's really noticeable. Edmonton is just not wearing down Carolina at all in this seventh game.
Very happy that a puck over the glass wasn't the whole turning point in the series, but still, that's a key moment, that 5-on-3, and Cam Ward with two huge saves, Kelly.
Well, Tripp, you're around the team all the time. Tell us about Cam and why he seems so unflappable to all of us.
Well, you know, the thing is, Kelly, is that some guys say they're just going to go out and have fun, and they don't really mean it. He truly does mean it. I remember his first start back in October was against, at that point, the high-flying Pittsburgh Penguins. And he said, win or lose, it's my first NHL start. I'm just going to go out there and enjoy the moment. And he was a shootout star in that game, stopping Mario, Ziggy Palffy, and Sidney Crosby.
Do you think, Tripp, though, as he gets older, he'll understand there are expectations? Like right now, it seems easy. When you're a young guy, nobody's thinking a lot of you, so he can just go out there and have fun, as you said. But you think, you know his personality better than I do. How will he understand that or deal with that pressure?
I think humility is so important to his makeup. You know, next year the challenge will be he'll be the starter. I'm sure Martin Gerber will end up on another team. And so there's the upgrade and the progression you're looking for. And the thing to me that has been the biggest improvement since really coming in and winning the series against the Canadiens is that he's been good for 60 minutes. During the regular campaign, he'd have a good period, then a bad period. And you know, having been there, you can't afford that in the playoffs.
You watched a lot of my career then.
Well, that second year's always one that gets you. Patrick Roy had to go through it. Grant Fuhr went through it. Tom Barrasso went through it. But they always have a great first impression, the great ones, don't they? Let's just get back a little bit to Eric Cole's play tonight. Kelly, I'll start with you on that.
Well, you know, he's just such an inspirational leader on this team, and I don't even know if he's a very vocal guy, but he just has to go out there and hit bodies and stay in front. He's very much like Ryan Smith in that way, and Harry Neal said it best, when he gets half a step on the defenseman, he makes it incredibly difficult because he drives hard to the net, even though he doesn't look like a big brawny guy. He's a physical guy, and he can drive hard to the net.
You know, Kelly, the thing that I think about is, when I talk about the forwards coming back, it was him doing that in the neutral zone and turning a puck over that led to the first goal. So that's a big, big thing. And Eric Cole was so proactive in wanting to play. He pretty much forced Peter Laviolette and the medical staff to do it. And I have to give the coaching staff credit, because I think they wanted to win Game 6, but at the same time they knew that if they didn't win, they'd have him sort of with the first game, the monkey off his back for a Game 7 on home ice.
Who else has caught your eye for first Carolina tonight?
Andrew Ladd and Matt Cullen. Andrew Ladd, I think, was a physical presence in Game 7. He drew the penalty that led to the power play goal that beat the Sabres in the third period. And beyond that, Frank Caberlet. I thought he was so nervous in the first game of this series. It's his first playoff, and I think he's really been an impact player when Carolina has been at their best since then.
Kelly, other Hurricanes maybe that caught your eye so far tonight, or did you want to pick up on that?
Well, just that I think that Corey Stillman, although he's probably not shining as much in tonight's game, but here's a guy that, and I watch him a lot in Calgary, he's really added aspects to his game. He's once more one-dimensional, and in the big games, you didn't really see him. And now I've really noticed he's such a leader, and his leadership skills just shine. They just stand out for you. And I don't know, Tripp, but you're around him a lot. Have you really recognized that?
The comparison that I use is, remember the Silence of the Lambs in the sequel, when they did the lobotomy? If you were to do a lobotomy on this guy, he's got a brain that thinks the game so well. He finds whoever he's playing with at top speed, whether it be Brind'Amour or Stahl, and he just makes whoever he's playing with that much better. You could ask Marty St. Louis about that. He has been phenomenal. What a pickup by Jim Rutherford. He and Ray Whitney, they looked at that. Their salaries together was what they would have paid Jeff O'Neill. Boy, has that paid dividends.
Wow, that is.
Pretty good analogy off the top of your head. All right, Edmonton. Yeah, Edmonton. I thought Pekka was ready. He lined up for that face-off when the 5-on-3 was starting, and actually, at that point, it was just a one-man advantage. He helped to force that puck over the glass penalty. He's ready. Horkoff's ready. Stoll looks ready, but they just can't. I thought Staios was right on the money with their rhythm. Whatever it is, maybe it's the fact that that first goal, set them on their heels. What do you think?
Ron, I think it's interesting that you bring up a face-off, because Edmonton dominated that facet of the game on Saturday night in Alberta. And if you remember, Rod Brind'Amour really set the tone by cleanly winning the first face-off of the hockey game. I mean, the Oilers have been, just super in every sort of way. And I think Carolina, with their speed that Kelly was talking about, has made the Oilers more physically accountable than they have in the last couple games.
Right, the hits midway through the second period were 24-10 Carolina, which the hits down here have been a little shaky at best in the stats department. But Kelly, how about the Oilers? Who are you looking for?
Well, Markkanen obviously has been the story for them, as much as Cam Ward was in Game 6 holding him in, and we talked about how easily Edmonton could have won Game 6. Well, the same goes in this game. Carolina could be up 4 or 5 easily, and the game would be over, and then the Stanley Cup. But in this case, he's given them a chance, and they're going to have to find a little more energy, and when they have any opportunity, take the puck to the net, but it's all been because of Markkanen.
And the one thing, Ron and Kelly, is that if you remember early in that second period, Fernando Pisani had another breakaway. He went right back to the same spot, and he missed the net.
Was he hooked on it? I didn't know. He looked upset. He looked at the official. I don't know, because he missed it by a mile.
Yeah, and you have to think that Cam had done his homework, and that I don't think he got a piece of it, but Kelly, maybe he made a save by position without actually making a save.
There's no question. You use your body, take it away, and show the guy that there's just nothing there. And that was that great save on Rem Murray on the dump in as well, and coming across, he's so efficient and doesn't have any holes.
His puck handling has been subtly good. Carolina's been going to the reverse, I think, in this game. I'll tell you, the charterback yesterday, the coaching staff spent the entire 4.5 hours looking at film. Maybe they figured something out, but home ice, the phenomenon that it becomes later in the playoffs, seems to be exuding itself tonight.
Kind of feels like the Tampa-Calgary game 2 years ago when it was all Tampa, and then Conroy found a way, and then Javi Bulin stops Leopold to save the Stanley Cup for the Lightning. What do you feel going into the third, Kelly? Just feeling.
Well, I just think that Laviolette's fiery personality has helped as well, and I think that he made sure that they're ready. Carolina, they have to remember, they had the Oilers in this position in Game 5. They took their foot off the gas ever so slightly, and Edmonton found a way. So for Carolina, boy, they better keep going here and force Edmonton all over the ice.
Short last word, Trip?
Well, that's Carolina's MO, is they are unblemished when leading after 40 minutes. Peter Laviolette will not look to win the game 2-0. He'll look to win it 3 or 4. That's their best defense.
Yeah, perfect. Treat to have you on. Trip Tracy, Kelly Rudy. It's 2-0. Carolina leading Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Final versus Edmonton on Hockey Night in Canada.
After 40 minutes, brought to you by the Sorrento from Kia, the fastest growing automaker in the world.
Originally purchased for 10 guineas, $48 Canadian. There's Phil Pritchard of the NHL. We all know it's priceless. Phil's got it. Jason Smith or Roddy Brind'Amour get it next. Third period's on its way.
As the Hurricanes left Edmonton yesterday, they were given a little bit extra incentive to win tonight, as if they needed any. At 9 a.m. they showed up at the airport, and all the baggage handlers and the workers that were supposed to check them in went on break. They were forced to stand there for an hour as the Oilers all showed up, were taken onto their plane, which was supposed to leave an hour later. It made an already long trip after what happened in Game 6 even longer, Bob.
The Stanley Cup Finals has gone to a 7th game 13 times, and the home team has won 11 of those. They are leading 2-0 here, starting the third period of this Game 7. Stoll gets it up the center, and there's Dvorak coming in. Got inside all right, nice shot, nice rush, and a nice save by Cam Ward's left skate. Down the ice for Justin Williams, and his shot is tipped high over the glass. Dvorak made a pretty good rush, but a nice save again by Ward.
Pretty tough to beat Ward on the shot if it's low. He hasn't let many in. He's got a pair of quick feet. Dvorak makes a nice move to the inside of Coverley and lets the backhand go right along the ice. And Ward with that left leg puts it out to make the save, and he's done that a dozen times in this series.
That was a fine stop, no question about it, to start the third period. 28 seconds in, and Stahl can't win it from Stoll. Edmonton won the faceoff and got it out, but it's going to be slapped back in by Pauline. That went a little bit too high, and that'll be brought back out.
The Gillette game file. I want you to know the Gillette Fusion is the official razor blade of the playoffs to remove the beards of the Edmonton and the Carolina players. All whiskers are for sale on eBay and in a pillow with the team logo on them.
There you go. Edmonton trying to organize early in this third, but it's stolen by Cole. And he fights off the hit. Now he goes down. Play goes right on. And the Oilers get the puck and bring it away. That left wing pass is good, and here they are in over the line. Heading for the net is Murray. That's kicked out. And it's in the goal. It's a goal for Edmonton. A scramble. And Pisani is the guy who's going to get the goal. And the net came off right after that. But the referee was there. And the Oilers are on the board.
Well, Pisani, who's Mr. Lamplighter, and there's a shot of Pekka, who got badly smacked right in front of the Oiler bench and had a tough time getting over the boards. Ken Lowe, the trainer, was looking at him, and here's the play. A harmless play that looked like he might have got kicked in the foot. But here's the goal that put the Oilers back in the hockey game. 1 rebound, 2 rebounds, and the third one is shoveled over goaltender Ward by Pisani, and it's 2-1 early in the third period. And Pisani, what a series he's having for the Edmonton Oilers. That's his 14th goal of these playoffs, and 9 of them have come on the road.
That's a big goal, to say the least, for Edmonton early in the third. They had to have that. Had the 5-on-3 in the second. It didn't work. Completed out the whole power play, and it didn't work. Now they have a goal, and now they're back in the game. 2-1 in the third period. Carolina dumping the puck in. It's slashed away on the boards, not out yet. Green, another chance to get it out, and he did. Commodore fires it back in there. Tarnstrom stopped it and gave it to Matt Green. Green ahead. They get to center. Hemsky rolled it ahead. That's down the ice. And that'll be called icing for a face-off in the Edmonton zone.
Let's have another look at the goal. Pisani's had a magic hockey stick in these playoffs and in this series. And on the second rebound, he chops it over Ward before Recchi fires him into the net. And there are the Pisani parents. Calm on the outside. Cosimo and Maria, calm on the outside. Thrilled on the inside.
Murray and Torres assisted on that goal. And they each had a crack at scoring it before Pisani did. His 14th. None bigger so far. 1:03 the time. Carolina trying to get that back as quickly as possible. If they can. Recchi to Stahl. Stahl fights for it. He fights harder, and then he goes down on the hit. Recchi can't stop it. It stopped at the line. Ward's shot blocked, and Edmonton will bring it away. Hemsky's pass through the middle. They get it up there near the line, and Horkov dumped it in and heads off. That line is changing, giving Carolina room to move, and here they are coming down with it. Carverlay got it up across center and over the line, and Recchi Hens turning to go back out, and he stays on. Here's Dvorak again. He nearly got in. Dvorak had a great rush. He played it back in front. Another shot. Stop. Ward being tested now. Dvorak looking sharp on this ship. He got in there and nearly got a goal, and then nearly set one up. But it's still 2-1. Carolina. Edmonton's Dvorak is away again. He decides to pound it in and come up after it and put on the brakes. Now he's knocked down by Wesley. He gets back up and fights for it. Dvorak working hard, got it high. It's across in front of the net where Bonnie will pick it up and clear it down to center. Hurricanes are up after it. Over the line is LaRose coming in. The shot is stopped by Markkanen. And in behind the net, a battle for it. It's going to be Edmonton. They're looking different here to start the third period. They have some spark and some jump. Let's see now if they can keep it going. They have a goal. Nearly a away behind the net, though. They get away with it. Edmonton get it out and down the ice. Morrow was up. He was in too quickly. The offside, unless he clears it out. Now he goes deep, and it's called at the line.
Well, Dvorak has made a couple of real beautiful rushes in this game. And here's another one. He doesn't get the chance, but he gets in there close for it and sets up Samsonov, who's not been much in the way of scoring. 1 goal in the last 8 games. They could use one from Sergei Samsonov.
3:23 gone in the third. What a playoff this is turning out to be. 7th game. Oilers, the underdogs, fighting back, trying to win the Stanley Cup here. Carolina, the heavy favorites coming in. We're up 3-1. Now they're on pins and needles trying to win the Stanley Cup at home. Edmonton back. Spot check played it up along the boards. Knocked away and down the ice. Harvey won't get it, but here, Murray coming in. Had it poked off his stick by Hennigan coming back. Harvey comes up to help. He had a chance to move it, but got to the line and Stillman started it out. He's away to center ice. Stillman waiting for the catch-up and fired the shot in off the blocker of Markkanen. A good stop and a big rebound. It's still in there, side that line. Knocked away by Ethan Morrow, though, around his own net. And the Oilers will start up again. Through center ice. It's broken up. Cleared to the line and knocked away by Carberlay. That's Whitney getting the puck in a high slot. Turning with it. Pass in front. Oh, and a save. Another shot. That's gloved by Markkanen. And the goalie is sharp. Very sharp. The play is dead.
Jason Smith makes the first shot block on that dangerous chance. And here it is coming up. Watch Smith. He comes over here, makes the shot block, saves Markkanen, but Markkanen makes the second stop and gets the whistle so the Oilers can change. Smith, the shot block, and he's one of the leaders in the Edmonton team. He blocked 64 shots coming into tonight. He's got 3 tonight.
Score is still 2-1. Edmonton getting a goal early in the third. Stahl, stick handling in there with the puck. Carberlay's shot is gloved by Markkanen. Has a great glove hand, great catching hand. He saw that through the crowd again.
Well, Pekka seems to have recovered from that little kick that he got when he and Stahl collided. And he went to the bench under a lot of duress. It was the stick on the left ankle, the puck actually, and good to see Pekka back.
There's the face-off. To the right of the net, won by Edmonton. Pronger on the boards to get it out. That's all, and the Oilers could not move on it. They're seizing the opportunity to make changes again as the play goes on. And Carolina gets it up where Recchi was cruising. He doesn't get it. Zani does. Poked it ahead, but it's back out again. Jason Smith inside his own line. With Pronger. With Pekka. Over the line, a good move by Pekka. Pass back in front. That was a blind pass and grab. Cleared out. Upended at center ice. That was the Rose. It was upended, and the crowd wanted a penalty call. Play goes on. The referees allowing them to go. And whoever might win the cup, go ahead and do it. We won't get in the way, and they've done a good job tonight. Nearing 6 minutes of play in the third. 2-1. Giveaway as Hemsky tried to stick handle out of his own zone. That's a no-no with this forechecking team of Carolina. Brindamore's the forechecker. But they pass the puck this time and get out. The Oilers get away with it. Horkov get it in. In deep it goes. Ryan Smith was in there after it. Commodore stopped him. There's Brindamore. Sliding the puck ahead and they get it tapped up over the line. But grabbed again by the defenseman Stales. Horkov. Stales. He had to back up. Stillman on him. Stales fooled him and got in and got the pass away. Now Edmonton rolling up. In over the line they go. Ryan Smith tried to get off the boards and couldn't, and Carolina will get the puck to the line. Not out yet. Knocked down. Good work by Edmonton to keep it in. Now it's out. They have to hustle to get back on side. Nearing the 7-minute mark of the third. 2-1 Carolina. Hammered inside the line. Hurricanes back. That's Commodore with Hedican. Dumped to center. Matt Green couldn't stop it. The goalie stops it for Tarnstrom. He had to turn the other way. Made a good pass. Stole. Rink wide with it. That is Aaron Ward slapping it away to center ice again. And Carolina was changing. But it's Edmonton on the puck and Dvorak. McTavish knows he's hot. And he got him on there again. Dvorak, number 20. Edmonton dumping it in on the offside. Delayed, but Carolina will clear it so the play will move on. Here they come. Out to the line and clearing it to center. Aaron Ward dumps it in. Carverlay and he go off. For checking again, Recchi with Stahl. Lost it to Pronger. Pronger stopped. He nearly gave it to Stahl. He didn't see him. But he missed it, and Horkov won't get to it. He was bumped by Wallin. Now then, Oilers in. Oh, that stop, rebound, in behind the net. All the way to the line, and Pronger had to step up. Good pressure here by Edmonton. Trying to tie the game here in Game 7 in the third. Long shot. That's off the glass. And it'll be Recchi who'll take it and get it out of his own. Stahl dumps it in, and both teams continue to make those quick changes. 8 minutes coming up. We've hit 8 now in the third period as the Oilers get to center and dump it in. Boy, they're really turning it on here in the third. Oilers, Torres in on it. Pekka's there with him. Puck comes back near the line, and Carolina have 4 lined up to go. And they're down across the Edmonton line. Craig Adams shot it in. They go in after it. Craig Adams stopped behind that net by Pisani, who was back. And now Matt Green tipped it away, and the Oilers are coming up again. Where do they get the energy at this stage of the game? Both teams are really going hard. The Stanley Cup on the line tonight, and it's the Oilers trailing by a goal. Just a goal. Carolina coming out. Through center ice, it's dumped into the zone by Craig Adams, and he heads off. Wow, what pace. Both teams. Oilers with a step ahead of them, though, here in the third so far. They have a goal. The play goes offside on the giveaway up the line. Stillman offside. You're watching Hockey Night in Canada on CBC. The 7th game. This is the shot of Rexall Place in Edmonton. They're looking a little better here now in this third period as the Oilers have come out all charged up because this is on the line tonight. The Stanley Cup is getting shined up. And it'll be handed out tonight sometime. 11:03 left in the third period. Carolina with the upper hand, leading 2-1. Puck is in deep. Commodore shovels it off around the net. That's Williams trying to get it in front. Oh! What a save by Markkanen, diving. Open net. And all of a sudden it was closed off. Boy, did Carolina come close there. Brindamore circles. Williams was with him. Brindamore stays in. And the Oilers get the puck. Spot check. Step or two up there with the pass to Dvorak again. Dumping it in, but this time Aaron Ward shot it away, and Pronger had to hurry back. The goalie Markkanen is out. Dumped it behind his own net. He saw his defenseman moving rather slowly, and then Dvorak played it down. Samsonov in with a shot off the stick, up over the glass, into the netting. Nearing the halfway mark. We're 6 seconds away from the halfway mark.
Well, the captain of the Carolina Hurricanes, Rod Brindamore, had a chance to get the goal that would put them in awful good shape. And you can see it hit the goal post on the outside and went to the corner. Here's a look at Markkanen. Boy, if the Oilers really struck gold when they found this guy under the circumstances to fill in for Roley the goalie. He has been superb.
Under his arm and off the goalpost. Wow. Now under 10 minutes left in the third of the 7th game. Shot in by Todd Harvey. Morrow there with Murray for Edmonton is out. Pronger stopped and lost it to Recchi. He hit Recchi though. Whitney thought he had room. No, sir. Oilers get to center. Dumped ahead and in deep by Morone. He's up there first. Slapped at it. Tried to get it in front of the net where Red Murray was cruising. Didn't quite do it. Carolina get it out. And here's a break coming in. That Cullen shot is deflected away. Ladd has it with Cullen, and out front the shot. That's blocked again. Carolina with a goal. Mike sees it all together. Dumped in around the net again, and they're pressing. Matt Cullen, 2 chances coming after. Cullen was bumped, but behind the net. It'll be shoveled back out by Whitney. Commodore stepped up. Ladd was there. Cullen headed off. Now around the net again for Ladd. Finally, the Oilers get it out of the zone. Boy, were they back on their heels there. That last line, Cullen, Whitney, and Ladd. 8:30 left in the third in a 2-1 game. Torres won't reach that. Rose got in front of him. Now Torres watched it go by and deep in the zone, so he stays up there. And Carvalho takes it. Hands it off to the right, and they get it to LaRose at center. Will just shoot it in. Harkonnen was out of the net, but it's played to an open wing as Oilers were changing. Turning was Hemsky. He made a good play with it to get it down there. Right in on goal! And the high shot by Torres. Horkov right behind him. Carolina clearing it. 7:50 to go. Torres knocked down. And the puck comes right back to Pronger at the Edmonton blue line. Horkov gave it to Jason Smith. He has to go back to Pronger. Good checking by Brindamore. Again, cross ice with the pass over center. Horkov drops it. Good play. They're in. Smith shot blocked. Scramble! Oh, and it rolled to the left. And Cam Ward saw it just in time.
I think there's a penalty here, Bob.
Brett Hedigan is in the penalty box. He got called for roughing from a skirmish.
Here it is right here. It's glove or elbow in the face right there of Horkov. And Ryan Smith on the same rush gets away with one. I know it was accidental, but his stick comes up and hits Stillman right in the kisser.
Power play has not been great tonight for Edmonton. They were 1 minute earlier in the game with a 5-on-3 and couldn't do much in the way of scoring. But now they have a chance to tie this game 7. Right here. Pekka has the puck, trying to pass it back. He gets it again, comes in with a shot that's blocked. It's still loose at the side of the net. Pekka is working hard to get it. Hemsky got it back to the blue line in front. Back up to Hemsky. He stick handles out front with it. Slides a pass in. Pekka is there. Pekka looking out. Pekka hangs on. He won't shoot from there. The pass hit a skate. It's kept in though. Pronger, he had to hurry that one. Aaron Ward is on it, but there's Hemsky. Back out to Pronger. He's got a good shot, doesn't shoot it. And now the shot. That misses by a mile. And it's down the ice. Spacek set up and went for the far side. 1:10 left in the penalty. They get the puck deep to the line and then fail to get it in any further. Smith dropped it back, and he lost it. Spacek couldn't hang on to that pass coming back. Now Spacek. Again, good penalty killing by Carolina. Boy, if they can kill this one off. Pass along the blue line. There's Stoll, kept it in. That's onside. The crowd didn't think so, but it was. Stopped up the line. Turnstrom fired one in around the net. Horkov. He can't get it. It's played back to the line on this side to Stoll. His pass across ice. Again to him. Tipped ahead. Outside. Along the line. Pisani back. The long shot. Blocked. Rebound. It is at the boards and not out. Kept in by Edmonton. Good pressure. Trying to tie the game here is what they're doing right now. Outside penalty. 10 seconds left. Shot. Blocked. Rebound. And cleared down the ice. and Stahl was knocked down. The play goes right on, and Oilers are up. This is some kind of hockey game tonight. 7th game of the Stanley Cup final. The silverware in the building, ready to be presented to the winner of this tussle. This heavy tussle. 4:48 left to play in regulation time. 2-1 is the score. Carolina trying to win their first cup. And the crowd behind them. They're all standing here. Hedican is up with a shot. Glove by Markkanen. He will have to hang on. Mercifully, he hangs on to get a break. Everybody needs it.
On that last shift, the Carolina bench went wild when they thought this play was offside. The puck has to come out all the way over the blue line. And it was called onside, and it was right. But look at all the linesmen on the Carolina bench not agreeing with the real one. Look at those linesmen.
4:32 left in regulation time. Everybody in the building on their feet. Wondering how this one is going to turn out. Oilers are down a goal. Puck is deep in their zone. Stoll. He's caught by Brindamore. Stales got away from Williams. Got the pass away, a giveaway to Pauline. They keep hammering it back. You won't catch these Carolina Hurricanes caught up ice now. Edmonton with 4 minutes left to play in the third, looking for a goal to tie it. Here in the Stanley Cup Final, 7th game. On the boards deep, Brindamore fights it. Out in front, the shot doesn't work, and Edmonton finally gets out of the zone. They get it up over the line and coming in on the outside. The shot, rebound! How did Ward get that? How did he stop that? How did he stop it? He did.
Kosani, the lamp-lighting star for the Oilers, had a wonderful chance to tie the game up as he goes down the middle. And Hedican tripped, and that allowed Kosani to walk in there and look for that pass across. Here maybe's a better look. He didn't get much of it, but he got enough of it, and Ward made the save.
Wow. Oh my. 3:40 left to play in the third. Carolina 2, Edmonton 1. Face off to the right of Cam Ward, just showing some more of his brilliance. Edmonton win the draw. Shot comes from the line. Big rebound. Knocked away. That's going to be at the boards and kept in by Edmonton. But there is Stahl, and he'll get it out. Down they go. They won't go too far. Stahl will dump it in. He'll be the only one deep. He was bumped, put off balance. Edmonton will get it to the line. Horkov dumped it out. Pisani and Smith are up there. On the other side, Hemsky, Smith coming in, knocked his man down. He got back up and got it on the glass and down the ice. Spacek back to touch it up, an icing call. 3 minutes and 4 seconds remaining in the third period.
Well, this crowd's been standing, the lower bowl's been standing since the Hurricanes scored early in the game. I've never seen that in any hockey arena. And the Carolina Hurricanes are 3 minutes and 4 seconds away. They can hang on to win the cup. Edmonton takes a timeout. And you know, this is a time when I think we should pay tribute to the scouting staffs of each team. The Oilers, Kevin Prendergast is in charge. Look at the young guys they've found, that staff. Green, Stahl, Hemsky, Pisani, Horkov. And Sheldon Ferguson does the same job for the Hurricanes. Ward, Ladd, LaRose, Cole, Stahl, Wallin. I mean, the scouts, lonely job, often unappreciated. They have their fingerprints all over these two teams in the finals.
Carolina were expected to be here in the Stanley Cup final. Edmonton were not. Kevin Lowe managed the Edmonton Oilers to an upset over Detroit. And then over San Jose in 6, and then Anaheim in 5. Carolina defeated Montreal in 6, New Jersey in 5, Buffalo in 7, and now look what we have going for you. a 7th game, and it can't be much better than this. 3:04 left to play in regulation. Carolina by a goal. Can they hang on? They get the puck to the line, and it's not out. Dvorak shot it in. Recchi on it. He dumps it away. And 2:50 left. Edmonton now. Up there one more time and got it high and in deep for Stoll. Stoll and Dvorak. All the red shirts are back. They don't move on it though. Long shot. That's wide of the net again. And it'll be Williams who'll clear it. Stopped at center ice by Spacek. Look out. Nearly a giveaway. Staios got back to prevent that. Staios took it away from Corey Stillman. And now Edmonton with 2:20 left to play. Get it down across the line. Backing up is Hedican. Carolina trying to hang on to a 1-goal lead to win the Stanley Cup tonight. Edmonton trying to be careful. Yep, they have to open up a little. Well, it's shot into their zone and Primer's back. Under 2 minutes left to play in the 3rd period. Down come the Oilers, up over the line, and they get right in on goal. No shot. Smith let one go from the blue line. Pekka was up and he was dumped. Play goes right on. It's around the net. Pisani at it to the line. Smith again. A shot. The goal is empty at the other end. They get the 6th attacker on. Look out for the empty net down there. 1:35 remaining. Oilers with the net empty trying to tie this game. They get the zone. The puck is deep in there, and can they do something? They're in there after it, on the boards. Samsonov. Torres got it back. Carolina trying to clear it, but it won't get out. The play is stopped. 1:14 left in regulation time. And where will the faceoff come?
I think it went up and hit the screen, but it may have been off a deflected shot. So the faceoff's going to remain to the left of the goaltender Ward as there's a mad scramble for it behind the net. And it goes up, hits the screen, and bounces back down in play. I want to take this minute to thank Shirley Najak and Ron Forsyth, our producer and director, and our great staff for doing the job they've done. They're as intense and as determined as both teams. And they've had a long, tough grind. Thank you very much on behalf of the commentators.
And a little special greeting to our exec producer, Joel Darling. The young man had a birthday today. Happy birthday, Joel.
Glenn Wesley, 1,480 games in the NHL without winning a Stanley Cup. And he and his wife, Barbara, and their family, 117 away from sharing the glory.
Well, it's a 2-1 hockey game. The Hurricanes are on top of the Oilers. What an effort turned in here by Edmonton. They were down 3-1 in the series. It hasn't been done. Come back down 3-1 since 1942 when the Toronto Maple Leafs did that. And Edmonton had high hopes after turning in such a great effort on Saturday night, winning handily in a shutout. And then coming here to try and win it on the road. Well, look, it's not over yet, but these Hurricanes, I got to give them credit. They were beaten soundly Saturday night, and boy, did they come out storming tonight. And they have a 2-1 lead. Can they hang on? The net is empty for Edmonton. They have the 6 attackers on. The face-off is deep. Here we go. Stoll won it. It's chopped to the boards. Chance to clear it. They don't take advantage. It's kept in, knocked down. It's going to be an empty net chance. This is it, baby. This is it. Justin Williams scores the goal, and the Hurricanes are celebrating with 1 minute and 1 second left. 3-1. Under 1 minute left, the goalie leaves the net again. Markkanen is on the bench, but now he looks at the clock and he sees his team is down 2 goals, not 1.
The unforgotten team for both teams are the trainers and equipment men. I only hope that the team management decides to give the equipment trainers and the medical trainers a full share of the playoff money for both teams, and I hope the players vote a full share to each of them so they get rewarded for a hard work and a contribution to this victory.
46 seconds left. Jim Rutherford, the general manager in his 12th year as GM in the NHL. Peter Laviolette, 4th year in the NHL as a coach, and the 2nd here in Carolina. And they got a big night tonight, as their boys in red have done it for them in spades. Not done yet, with only 22 seconds left to play and a 2-goal lead. And the way this Carolina team has played tonight, it's been a fantastic 7th game by both teams. It's been a great year and a terrific playoff for both these teams. The Oilers came in as underdogs. They upset Detroit, came back to defeat San Jose, and then took Anaheim in 5. And now this great 7th game. This final was up for grabs, no doubt about that. Carolina is going to do it now. So now it'll be 13 years since Canada has won the Stanley Cup. 2006 is here and almost gone with 20.1 seconds left. That is in hockey. And look at this, a 3-1 lead for Carolina.
We got some penalties. After the whistle was blown, we had a couple of players who got involved. And there's still a couple that think it's not a bad idea to stay involved. Hopefully they can clean this up and on with the game and the cup presentation. The Oilers, a great run. The 8th-seeded team are sitting here, 7th game of the Stanley Cup final. There's Jim Rutherford and his management staff. Ron Smith, the scout, Sheldon Ferguson, the player personnel director, and what a moment it is for them.
2nd time in the Stanley Cup final. This lovely guy is gonna have a tear or two now, I'd say. Former goalie in the National Hockey League, and now sees this dream come true with a Stanley Cup here in North Carolina. So they can put away their golf clubs for a while. Now it's Hockey Town. They wanted to be called hockey people. And now they got to take them serious, folks. They come in here and they don't have any problem with not finding a seat. They don't want to sit down. They're all standing throughout this 3rd period. This is fun for Carolina. Salutes to Edmonton, too. What a great show. As you just said, the 8th place team coming up to the 7th game, which was up for grabs to the end for the Stanley Cup. 5 seconds, we salute the Stanley Cup champions. From Carolina, the Hurricanes have done it.
congratulations. I know you're overwhelmed right now. That's a long way from, well, just give us your thoughts first.
Well, you know what? That was probably the hardest game we played all year, and it had to be because Edmonton did a heck of a job playing in this series. They fought like heck to get back in it, and they came and played tonight. But our guys were just relentless. They never stopped.
What, when you go back to your upbringing, Art's Grocery, skating behind your granddad's store, what does it mean to capture the Stanley Cup? Why was it that you as a kid had that ability to lead teams even in a third college?
You know what? I've got great parents. They're here tonight.
Tell us about them. Who are they?
Well, Helen and Peter Laviolette, they're up in the stands there, and just a great family that I belong to back home. And I always say you're a product of your environment. And I'm fortunate. Jimmy Rutherford gave me a chance here. These guys are unbelievable, and this feels good.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Here we go, Red Deer, Alberta, and Thunder Bay. Eric, come on in a minute, but congratulations, Glenn. What are you feeling?
I don't know what to feel. It's unbelievable. This is the best feeling I've ever had. 18 years, been able to play the game. Very, very blessed and fortunate. And, finally it happened. Guys are outstanding. Florida played an awesome game for us. And the whole team just played unbelievable tonight and bounced back.
Glenn, can you think of moments in the game? I know it's all just a whirl right now, but moments that you just felt were playing well, and then that goal by Bassani. Who did you look to for leadership through that?
Well, I think everybody stepped up. All the defensemen did a fantastic job tonight. Forwards did a great job of reloading for us. Gave us a chance to stand up on them and try and take away all the shot lanes. Guys came up with huge blocks for us. But awesome effort.
Congratulations.
Thanks, Ron.
There's Glenn Wesley. Here comes Red Deer, guys. Congratulations, Cam. Hey, Cody. Oh, you got to go do the... we'll get him back. You got to go do the handshakes.
It'll be interesting to see who wins the Conn Smythe Trophy. They talked about Rod Brindamore, of course, in Carolina, and they talked about the rookie, Cam Ward, with Carolina. He was great again tonight. Allowed just the one goal. Let's go back with Ron.
Bob, thanks. Corey Stillman, congratulations. I guess it's old hat. Is that why you look so cool?
You know what? It was fun coming. We had a great team all year, and you know what? I'm lucky. I got back-to-back cups, and first guy since Claude Lemieux, and I'm happy about that.
And a couple of magical goals for you to obviously win the Montreal series, another overtime winner. What's your favorite moment of this run?
Tonight when the buzzer went, that's for sure. But you know what? Going into Montreal was a big goal. Going back there, being down 2-0, we wanted to clinch there. And you know what? We had some battles. In the 7th game, we did well tonight.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Only these guys know what it feels like. I mean, it's had Edmonton won this game tonight, it'd be one of the few times that the entire team was winning their first Stanley Cup. The players, that is. The Islanders, 79-80 were the other team, and let's go back to Ron again.
Okay, sorry. Can't hear a thing, Ray. So here's the Wizard. Congratulations, Ray Whitney. Your thoughts?
We really had to earn that one. I mean, this is an unbelievable feeling. I had the opportunity to watch this back in the 80s. I can't even describe how awesome this feels.
You broke some hearts at home. How about any special story, Ray, that stands out for you? You always hear after the fact about some inspiration, some motto. I know whatever it takes, relentless. What was it for your team?
Well, it was that term. It was relentless. We all season long have been a very focused group. We've been working our tails off all year, and give Edmonton credit, man. They gave us everything we could handle.
Well done.
Thanks, Rod.
Let's pick up the PA here.
National Hockey League champion, Carolina Hurricanes. valuable player. Please welcome National Hockey League Commissioner Gary Bettman to present the Conn Smythe Trophy to Cam Ward, the 2006 Stanley Cup winner, Miss Ward the player.
Well, Mike Commodore, we just saw Aaron Ward, Red Deer Rebel, good Fort Saskatchewan boy like yourself, must be just amazed with the run the kid put on.
Yeah, I can't believe this just happened, to be honest with you. I don't even really have words for it. It feels so good. I'm so proud of everybody here, and I can't believe this happened.
What a job you did on that 5-on-3 and really throughout this whole series. Just pick up some key moments in the series for you that stand out as you reflect.
Well, I mean, like you said, the 5-on-3s were big. We killed off 4 or 5 of them, and I don't know, everything's such a blur right now. We worked hard. We worked hard all year, and we deserve this, and it feels great.
Well, maybe we'll get grapes in your bathrobe there tonight. Come on in, Cam. There's a little hug, a couple of Alberta boys. That's what makes this so tough. Well, Eric, okay, Cam, congrats. Conn Smythe Trophy in your wildest dream. I mean, who's kidding who? You're an MVP in the Western Hockey League. Not like you don't have the talent. That's right, Justin Williams there. I saw your fiance, Cody, walked in with Donna tonight. We've seen your dad, Ken, so proud. Your feeling?
I mean, it's just a dream come true. I mean, the Conn Smythe's completely irrelevant. You could have given it to anybody on this team, and the real trophy that matters is that Stanley Cup, and I couldn't be prouder of a better group of guys.
What was your favorite save tonight?
You know what? Everyone's the favorite, I guess. You know, I was mad at myself on that first goal, and the same situation came again with the second time around. I was able to get it.
Tell us about this morning. Was it a meeting for the team, and they said, not you, Cam, you don't need to be in on this meeting?
We know it's a team game. I mean, the veteran guys stepped up when it needed to be, and you know, and the big guy is Rod Brindamore. He once again came up huge.
What a performance! Congratulations.
Well, here it comes, folks. Bill Pritchard and Craig Campbell of the Hockey Hall of Fame, and here is what it's all about. It's the toughest trophy to win. It's the most beautiful trophy, the Stanley Cup. 2006 champions, Carolina Hurricanes. The commissioner of the National Hockey League, Gary Bettman, will of course make the presentation. Rod Brindamore is the captain of Carolina.
What an incredible end to an amazing season. And I want to thank all of our fans for the great support you've given us, particularly in Edmonton and here in Carolina. Let's also give a great hand to the Edmonton Oilers. They had a terrific season, and this was a great playoffs for them. Peter Karmanos had a dream that hockey would work in Carolina. And guess what? He was right. I'm almost there. Congratulations to Jimmy Rutherford, Peter Laviolette, all the players on the Hurricanes. Rod Brindamore, I'm proud to present this to you.
that weight can hardly lift that arm, let alone that cup. But he got dressed to come out. As you know, he was out with a shoulder injury, and he told me the other day and asked me not to say anything about it. And of course, he knew I wouldn't. We've been friends for a long time. He said, "Bob, you wouldn't believe it. I can't lift my arm at all. But please don't tell anybody. I want to be out there if I can." And he got to lift the cup. And he did get his arm up. Well done, Dougie Waite.
Here we go, Wardo! Yeah!
These guys are going to savor every moment, and why not? There's the empty net goal scorer that gave everybody a breather, Justin Williams. Star for many years to come, this guy, Eric Stahl. 30 teams in the National Hockey League, 30. And now, this is the one, the Stanley Cup champion. Big night again with the Conn Smythe Trophy to go along with this one. It's the first rookie goalie to win a title since Montreal's Patrick Roy in 1986. First rookie goalie to win the cup since Patrick Roy. And what an outstanding performance he made. Scotto has Doug Waite with him now.
Bob, thanks very much. Yeah, Doug Waite, even though you couldn't play the last two games, there's no doubt you were an important piece of the puzzle. You know, Doug, it looked so bleak after Game 6 in Edmonton. A lot of people were wondering if the team could summon the energy. Where did it come from?
We've been summoning it all year when we needed it, and it's an amazing group of guys in there, and the organization that has a tremendous amount of belief in our system and each other, the sacrifice we have for each other. So it's a wonderful place, and I knew we were going to come on and have a great game, but you know, we're playing a great team in Edmonton, and a team that was going to fight. It was a great hockey game.
Well, you were pestered with questions about your years in Edmonton, 9 years there, led the team in scoring for 7, and I know you can't pick your opponents in the Stanley Cup playoffs, but if you could have, would you have picked Edmonton given your attachment to that organization?
You know what, it's a hard question. Of course, I want success for them, and it's awful tough for me going back there and playing against the guys that I know and love, and the training staff right up to that team and that organization that gave me my start, showed responsibility in me, and it's a wonderful place to play. They deserve it. They've had a tremendous year. They got to keep their heads up and be proud. That city's got to be proud.
Well, there was a bit of a notion this morning that you might play, but of course that was never possible because we just saw you could barely lift the Stanley Cup. What's the state of your shoulder?
It's in rough shape, but I tell you what, I'm looking forward to rehabbing happily here for the next 3 months, and I hope to be back for camp, but you know, it's a clean separation. It was obviously a bad one, and I'll move on. This is great. I was
I'm lucky to be in the Stanley Cup Finals and to win. It's a wonderful feeling.
Thanks, Doug. Congratulations.
A little bit.
Yeah, he wasn't bad, was he?
Quite a man.
Well, listen, before you go,
I've been interviewing him for about 20 years.
What's your take on Eric Stahl's performance? You know, the youngster that he is in his first ever Stanley Cup playoffs.
I think people better wake up around the league and realize that this guy is the new and up-and-coming star and an unbelievable individual. I'm proud to be in the same uniform, same room as him. He's a great kid. He deserves everything he gets. And I'll let him talk.
Okay. You know, Eric, I asked you on the night the Stanley Cup playoffs opened if you had any idea at all what to expect in the tournament, and you said absolutely not. So what do you know now?
I don't know. It's an unbelievable feeling. I know that. Just to be with the group that we had all year, no one counted us in from the beginning, and you know, this is unbelievable. And you know, for guys that have played for so long, for me to get this opportunity at a young age, you know, it's unbelievable.
You know, you were a bit quiet early in the Stanley Cup final. A lot of people thought you might have been out of gas, but you got going. How did it happen for you?
Well, I think it's just a credit to the guys I'm playing with. You know, we just continued to battle, and it was all about wins. It didn't matter who was scoring or what, and we just continued to battle work, and you know, it took a little longer than we hoped, but we got it done.
Well, yours is soon going to be the #1 hockey family in Canada, with your brothers set to join you in the NHL. Who are you thinking of tonight?
Well, I know my family's been unbelievably supportive my whole life. My brother's on the way, hopefully in the NHL very soon, and they'll get the same feeling we do.
Thanks, Eric. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
All right, Rod Brindamore. Rod Brindamore from Campbell River with his son, Reese. Congratulations. Reese, what do you think of your dad tonight?
What do you think? Pretty good? Yeah, pretty good. Yeah, he doesn't care. He just knows I'm his dad. That's all that matters.
And he should also know, and he will, that you got the Stanley Cup. Rod, I know you said yesterday that as this team goes, so do you sometimes, and you felt you had to play a lot better tonight. How much better do you think you played?
Well, my game wasn't so great, but man, this team, they don't give up. When their back's against the wall, it's when we play our best all year, and I just can't say enough. There's so many deserving guys in this cup. It couldn't have gone to a better team.
Looked like you might have left it a little bit too late with the way the team played in Game 5 and 6. Were you certain you could find a way tonight?
We knew once we had to wait to get our backs to the wall. That's what I'm saying. We knew we had a couple in the bag, and tonight we didn't, and we just played our butts off. And I mean, what more can you say?
What do you think defines the Stanley Cup drive of the Carolina Hurricanes? What one thing?
Desire. We wanted it. We wanted it. There was too many guys that were not going to be denied. We have too many guys that have sacrificed their whole careers, and this was the time.
Yeah, well, the motto is whatever it takes. I guess it applies tonight.
That's what it was. It wasn't pretty, but hey, we're the champs.
Thanks, Rod. Congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Kevin Adams won on 9 holdovers from the 0-2 final against Detroit. You know, I know how tough a feeling that was for you then. How much better is this?
It's indescribable. I'm sure every year guys say that, but just such a tough thing to do. You lay it on the line night after night. Just so proud of our team. I really am.
You know, you didn't score in the Stanley Cup playoffs, but your contribution was undeniable. Many players like you. Was that the essence of this drive?
You know what? It takes all different things to win, and we just decided each guy was a piece of the puzzle. I was just trying to block shots, do anything I could to win the Stanley Cup, and now I get my name on it. I'm just so proud.
This is the highlight of your hockey career. Who are you thinking of tonight, Kevin?
It's the most unbelievable feeling to have your family with you. My wife, my kids, my parents, they're all here. I watched Hockey Night in Canada and Buffalo growing up, and now here I am winning the Stanley Cup.
Thanks a lot, Kevin. Congratulations.
Thanks, Scott.
All right, Aaron Ward got the scoring started for the Carolina Hurricanes tonight, and that goal really, Aaron, seemed to put the Oilers back on their heels and maybe erase a bit of their confidence. Would you agree?
I think it was a little momentum for us. We've been snake bitten in Edmonton, and we had to get back to the basics of shooting pucks and seeing eye goal, absolute seeing eye goal. It's one of those ones where if I'd let it go and they've been preaching, if I wouldn't have shot it, I'd have heard about it back on the bench. So it was definitely, yeah, in response to your question, yes, it did, I think, put them back on their heels. Same thing they'd done to us. They got the early goal in Edmonton. We're trying to stop the bleeding in Edmonton, so that may have been somewhat of an influence.
You told Elliot Friedman between periods tonight that the Carolina Hurricanes were pathetic, and that was the word you used in Game 5 and 6. Were you convinced that you could summon a way tonight?
Well, we hadn't lost 3 in a row yet in the playoffs, so we have a lot of character in that locker room. Both teams do. Well, obviously, Edmonton, being the situation they're in, 8th seed, coming back in the Stanley Cup, same situation as us, picked 30th at the start of the season. It's all about character. We knew we had it in this locker room. We were able.
Okay, the pitcher's next thing on the agenda. Let
they
me
don't
get
want my ugly mug in there.
Yeah, I think they want it there. Bob.
Yeah, you better get over here, Kevin, quick.
Here he is. He's been quick all night, killing penalties. And throughout this Stanley Cup Final Series, he's been a great contribution to this team. Well done, Kevin. There's that great picture they all wanted to see. Now they get a chance, Harry.
Well, not enough credit often goes to the assistant coaches. Kevin McCarthy played for me in Vancouver. I know the size of his heart. Jeff Daniels, been here a while. Greg Stephan played for me in Detroit, and I know what it means to them. And they got two of the great media guys in the league, Mike Sondheim and Kyle Hanlon. Dealt with them for 2 full rounds, and you couldn't ask anything better. And for the Edmonton Oilers, I know no words will soothe the pain. But when they wake up 2 or 3 days from now and look back on this year, it'll be one of the best for all of them.
We've done a lot of Stanley Cup finals, a lot of 7th games too. This was one of the best finals, and this surely was one of the best 7 games. Hurricanes 3, Oilers 1. The Stanley Cup belongs right here now in Raleigh, North Carolina. We have more coming up for you. What a night in the South.
We may not have money. Welcome back to RBC Center. The MasterCard 3 stars as selected by Don.
Well, Cam Ward for sure. Marketing did a great job. Shots for 23-24. But I thought Commodore on that 5-on-3, like you said, was really, really something. And that was the whole game. Commodore did a great job. Now, somebody said that Edmonton will feel good in 2 or 3 days. They will not feel good in 2 or 3 days. I've been in the finals twice and lost. It's like a knife in the heart. Believe me, McTavish and Huddy are putting on a brave front net to work that hard and end up second. Nobody remembers you when you end up second, and it's too bad. Edmonton were right down the wire, and they did a great job. But Carolina, they were there, and as I said in the opening, it won't be the same team as we saw Saturday.
Hey, you going to come back, or should I thank you? No?
Thank you for what?
Thank you for a good year. For a fun year. You want to hear my theories?
Yeah, go ahead.
No. Here's Jimmy Rutherford with Scott and Kelly.
All right, Ron, thanks very much. Yes, here is the architect of the Stanley Cup Championship. But, Jim, first question. What were you thinking on Saturday night when your team lost so badly and the series was tied with the cup on the line tonight?
Well, you get a little more nervous when it gets narrowed down to 1 game, but, you know, we bounced back all year. Edmonton played a heck of a game in Game 6. I mean, they totally took it to us, but at least we had one more kick at it and we responded.
Jim, can you put your finger on maybe one thing that helped you guys turn the momentum, because Edmonton had built up so much in the previous 2 games?
You know, it went back and forth. I think it went back and forth in a few series, but in Game 5 it was tough for us. The pressure mounted. Edmonton did a great job. It's a tough place to play in there with their fans. They got great fans, but we knew that we had a few kicks at it, and we responded tonight.
Jim, I want to go back to something that we talked about on Saturday night. We talked about this market. You said, I know a lot of people like to make fun of our market, but we're a fixture there, and believe me, no one's laughing now. Have you won the hearts of North Carolinians with this cup?
Well, I would think so. I mean, you guys have been around the whole playoffs. You saw the people here, how excited they are. Certainly, you know, we have some things to work on some weeknights, but the fact of the matter is hockey has grown in huge steps here in a matter of a few years, and there's nothing like winning.
And Jim, you admittedly said that after you guys went to the finals and lost to Detroit, you made some mistakes. What have you learned from that, and what won't you repeat?
Well, I think you have to be very careful when you're making decisions in the off-season now. I think you have to go back to making with your head and not your heart. I made a lot of decisions with my heart, but I will say that this is a different team, and I'd like to bring as many players back as I can.
And you know who's writing the checks? This guy.
That's right, so you can ask him.
Thanks a lot, Jim. Appreciate your time. All right, we're with Peter Karmanos, the owner of the Carolina Hurricanes. Mr. Karmanos, I want to ask you a question that I asked Jim on Saturday night. I want you to go back to that day. I think it was May 7th, 1997, when you stood on a tent in this vacant lot where the RBC Center is right now. Did you ever think at that time this sort of celebration would be possible some 9 years later?
Yeah, you know, maybe I was the only person in the world that thought it at that time, but I really did. I thought, you know, I picked this market. Jimmy picked the team, and it's just been a great run, and we're going to have several more.
How big of an impact do you think your belief in having everybody's family here, and maybe the players not playing just for a big corporation, but it's all about unity and family, how big of an impact do you think that had?
Well, that wasn't my idea, but I think that was our coach's idea, and that is a great, it was great and had a lot of impact.
You know, there's
a ton.
That's a great point by Kelly, because on any given day around here, you could see fathers, sons. You never knew what was going to happen in that locker room. There were no rules. Very relaxed, and the family atmosphere prevailed. Jim, you had to approve that. Obviously, you're okay with it.
Well, as long as you're winning, you approve everything, you know. And Peter started the team building from training camp, and we had a good training camp. And then we had a great year. We had 112 points, and we didn't hit too many bumps in the road. So why change some of the things that he was doing? He did a great job.
Just one more question for you, Mr. Carmano. Somebody wrote the other...
Jimmy and I have been working on this. You know, it's been a long time.
You're right. But someone wrote the other day that it was a shame that it was the Edmonton Oilers you'd be shaking hands with here tonight, because there's mutual respect from both franchises. Fans of both cities great. They both belted out the national anthems. I guess the question is, would you rather it had been another team and not the Oilers?
You know, we don't have an opportunity to pick who you're going to play.
Right.
So, you know, I'm glad it was the Oilers, and I feel bad for the Oilers.
I understand. Thanks for your time, both of you.
Okay.
All right, here's Elliot Friedman with Mark Recchi.
Thanks, Scott. Mark,
grab a hat in the corner, Dad.
Tough start to the season for you. We're in Pittsburgh. You never could have imagined, I guess, as things were going there, that you were going to be in this celebration at this time.
No, absolutely not. And, you know, obviously we had high hopes in Pittsburgh early, but things didn't work out. And then obviously got the opportunity to come down here and join this great bunch of guys in the great organization. And I never, you know, you dreamed of it when you got traded here, when I got traded here, but, you know, it's a lot of work and a lot of hard work by this group in here. And I tell you, it feels unbelievable.
You know, it's such a funny situation, because the theme tonight is going to be, how did you guys pick it back up after what happened in Game 6? So the question is, how did you?
Well, we've done it all year. This group, you know, I was fortunate to join them with 20 games left, but they're a resilient group. And you know what? We said forget Game 5 and 6 that we didn't play our game. You know, we came out here and we knew that if we played our best game tonight, that we would come out on top, and we did. We played our best game of the series, and we got rewarded for it. But I can't say enough about the Edmonton Oilers Hockey Club and how hard they played and how classy their organization is. And I also can't say hi to my brothers back home. I love you guys.
And just one last one. People are going to be asking Glenn Wesley, is he coming back? Are you coming back?
Yeah, I'm definitely coming back. I'm not done yet. I still think I got some hockey left. So,
congratulations, Mark. Thank you.
Thank you.
Scott and Kelly.
Elliot, thanks. Here's the second best skater in the Hennigan family, Brett. Well, you were flying out there, but the suspicion was you were laboring a bit. Can you tell us what your state of health was?
Well, I tore my labrum in my hip in Game 1, and just had to try to just keep working through it and just try to keep playing, and just found a way. Just found a way tonight. So many good guys, so many guys that pulled the ropes together tonight. This is a team effort, and I'm just a part of it.
How much harder was this, Brett, to attain than you had ever imagined?
You know, the first time I went through it in 1994, I couldn't believe how tough it was. And to go through it the second time, and obviously now, to win it, it takes every ounce of effort, every ounce of courage that you have in your body, and it just makes it feel so much better.
Think back to 2002, Brett, and that tough loss to Detroit, but you got a 6-year contract after that, then the lockout, during which time you had knee surgery, both knees, so it was a long road back. Were you always committed to sticking with it?
You know, I think 1994, losing that cup, kept me focused and kept me dreaming about maybe one day getting back and have another chance at this. And I think that's really the only thing that got me in that weight room every day, and just got me back where I needed to be.
I noticed you're very emotional. Who are some of the people you're thinking of now?
My family, obviously my wife and my kids, first of all, and then my mom and dad, but all the people that helped me get here, all the people that believed in me and kept getting my body back to where I needed it. It's just so many people I'd love to thank. Thank you for everything for helping me.
Brett, thanks for your time. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
There's Brett Hennigan of the Carolina Hurricanes. So we're celebrating a Stanley Cup championship tonight at the RBC Center in Raleigh-Durham. More to come.
The young and the old. It's Rod Brindamore and Cam Ward with the big smiles. Also Andrew Ladd. Guys like Rod Brindamore, they waited all careers long to do this, and in year one, you're celebrating with the Stanley Cup.
I know. We were joking around saying I might as well retire now because we've kind of done it all this first year. But I mean, they kind of stress that this chance doesn't come around too often. Just happy we could do it with this group.
You had a few big hits tonight, and I'm wondering if you felt a personal responsibility to be one of the guys to be as physical to the Oilers as they had been to you.
Oh, I think we're trying to do that as a team, and obviously I'm one of the guys that likes to be pretty physical. And tonight was just a night where we needed to bring our A game, and I think everybody did that.
Congratulations, Andrew.
Thank you very much.
Scott?
Okay, Elliot, 2 Stanley Cup rings here, proudly worn by Floyd Whitney for his role in as being a practice goaltender with the Edmonton Oilers from '88 and 1990. We'll get to those in a second, but proud father and son, Floyd and Ray, how's it feel to be a hockey dad tonight?
Tonight's special. Like I was just telling Kelly, I've been through 5 of these, and it didn't even compare to this one. This one's phenomenal.
Ray, how much more difficult was this?
This was the hardest thing I've ever done in my life, and I tell you, I got no sleep last night, very little this afternoon, and the Edmonton Oilers were an unbelievable team to play against, and like we talked earlier, they have no give up on them, and what a great game it was tonight.
Yeah, I know you mentioned this to Ron earlier about your association with Edmonton, but I know that you're getting so many questions about your association with the Oilers and your fathers that you had to put an embargo on those questions to start the Stanley Cup final. But there's no point in hiding anything now. So just tell me a little bit about how you feel beating the team you grew up worshiping.
Well, obviously I tried to downplay it a little bit, but Edmonton's always been my favorite team growing up, and outside the game, I'm Oiler Blues, same as my dad, and it's special, I guess, to beat them, but if there wasn't going to be a Stanley Cup champion this year, if it wasn't going to be me, I was certainly hoping it was going to be the Edmonton Oilers.
And Floyd, your son's gone through a lot. What does it mean to you to share this with Ray?
15 years since he got drafted, and to me, you know what, and he's included me in every step of this way. He's made sure, when they lost out that 3rd game in Buffalo, he phoned me and said, get on a plane, get out here. I've been with him every step of the way, and I'm so proud of him. There's no way I can explain it.
Floyd, because of your history with the Oilers, were you in any way torn?
Oh, I was horribly torn. I mean, my best friends are on the other side of that room, and I knew they were going to kick ass, and we were going to kick ass, and I was just hoping that my son would win.
Thank you both. Congratulations to the Whitneys.
Go celebrate.
Okay. Here's Justin Williams of Cobourg, Ontario, who's developed into a blue-chip frontline scorer just in time to help the Hurricanes win the Stanley Cup. What was the best part of the drive? Aside from this moment, the celebration.
This is incredible. Everyone's just so happy, and I couldn't be happy for all our older guys who finally who came through, and the Roddies and the Wesleys and Doug Waits. It's an unbelievable feeling.
How were you guys able to win 2 consecutive Game 7s?
I don't know, a lot of heart. We definitely didn't want our season to end with a loss, and unless you win the Cup, it's always going to be that. So. We're on top of the world right now.
You guys put up a very confident front after Game 6, despite the fact it was less than your best effort. But tell me honestly, were you worried?
No, not at all. We were very humbled after Game 6, came back and realized we're still fortunate enough to have a chance to take it, and we won it at home in front of our fans, and you can't say enough about them too tonight. They were the 7th forward.
I'm guessing when they traded you here from Philadelphia, and you probably thought you were going to die as a Philadelphia Flyer, that you weren't sure what you were coming to. Did you think you were coming to a team that could, in short order, win the Stanley Cup?
It's incredible, the turnaround that's happened here. Coming from Philly, I was in a first-place team, and I came to Carolina, and we were battling at the bottom of the pack. And what a difference a year makes, or 2 years. And we've battled where we've gotten today, and we're proud of ourselves and proud of everyone.
Okay, congratulations, Justin.
Thanks,
Justin. Good job.
All right, Matt Cullen. Scored some big goals in these playoffs. Matt, who are you thinking of?
It's kind of the time when you look back and you sort of reflect on all the hard work you put in, and growing up and dreaming of this, and then you get to kiss the cup, and it's unbelievable.
I'm a little bit partial, as you can imagine, towards goaltenders. When you first saw Cam Ward at camp, did you think that this was his potential?
Not even close. I thought this is a pudgy kid. It's going to be good in a few years, and I mean, I can't say enough about how he played.
How would you describe the ebb and flow of these playoffs for the Hurricanes? You go down 0-2 to the Canadians. People are writing you off. Then they were writing you off after Game 6 of the Stanley Cup Final against Edmonton. What's your take on it?
Well, you know, it speaks volumes about the leadership on our team, and a guy like Roddy Brindamore led us the whole way. And you know, I can't say enough about how much he deserves it and how much he does for our team, and I'm so proud of him.
Did you guys talk about the momentum that Edmonton had gained in the last two and putting a stop to it, and how did you do that?
Well, you know what, in the playoffs, honestly, we don't feel like there's much momentum. You have that day in between and you regroup, and we were on the other side of that momentum thing too. So, you know, we have a real focused group and a real confident group, and we pulled together, and I think our resilience was the difference.
Matt, congratulations. Thanks for your time.
Thank you very much. Thanks.
Matt Cullen of the Carolina Hurricanes, who's celebrating tonight along with his teammates at the RBC Centre in Raleigh-Durham. More to come as we continue. Back at the RBC Centre in Raleigh-Durham, the Stanley Cup celebration continues, and here is Kid Rock, one of the Carolina Hurricanes' most faithful fans. Detroit native, grew up watching Hockey Night in Canada on Channel 9. Kid, go ahead and describe the Carolina Hurricanes Stanley Cup run.
I mean, what a great thing. You know, everyone I think thought Mr. Karmanos was crazy when he brought him down, you know, years ago from up there in the East, and how sweet it is for him. And so we get the cup a little bit back in Detroit this year, but, you know, it's great for Carolina. You know, I love the South. I love Carolina. And how about Edmonton, too? I mean, God, what a great hockey team.
I know you're a huge hockey fan. You've watched all the games in the series. What do you think Carolina did better in this last game as opposed to the last two?
Ward was on fire. Ward was on fire, man. Both of them. Yeah, Aaron and Cam. I mean, they couldn't get a goal by him. They had some great shots, too. I mean, I heard them ricocheting off the glass from up in the suite. Made me a little nervous a few times.
Well, you're watching at the start of the Stanley Cup playoffs, and he gets the call off the bench in the second game against Montreal because Martin Gerber was struggling. What were you thinking?
More beer.
Did that fix it for you?
That fixes everything. I think everyone in Canada would agree with that.
Now, for all Carolina fans, do you have enough influence to suggest who's coming back next year?
No, I don't think I have that type of influence.
But you and Mr. Karmanos are pretty close. I'm sure you discuss this team a lot.
Yeah, you know, I've just really become better friends with him, you know, through the relationship of hockey and doing a lot of things in Detroit, charity stuff and whatnot. And man, does he know hockey. I mean, knows hockey from the kids that are playing, you know, down low to where they are now. He's just a true-blooded hockey fan, you know, so people got to respect that about him.
Kid, thanks for joining us. Appreciate your time.
All right, let's rock and roll.
Ron.
Thanks, Scott. Tell you a little bit about the curse of Detroit later on, but right now the head coach of the Edmonton Oilers, Craig McTavish. We're Oilers. Here we go with Elliot Friedman.
Craig, in the long run, this is going to go down as the season that hope returned to Edmonton, but can you look back at what you've accomplished right now and feel any pride in the heat of this?
Well, we felt pride all playoffs long, so it's certainly, we didn't do ourselves a disservice the way we played tonight. You have to give credit to Carolina. They played a great game. They bounced back and played very well early. I thought we were a little tight early, but to be expected, I guess, in a lot of players' first Game 7, especially in the finals. But we didn't do ourselves a disservice, and there's nothing but it's disappointing, don't get me wrong. There's a tremendous amount of disappointment, but at the same time, we're going to be a stronger group from our experience.
You know, and that's what I think a lot of us were wondering. First two periods, you had 9 shots until late in the second period. Was it the nerves that prevented you guys from the start that you've had in some of the past couple games in this series?
Well, you have to give them credit for the start that they had. They won the first face-off. They got it in deep. They ended up getting a chance in their first shift of the game, and that sent got the momentum going in their favor right away. But you know, we settled in and we played okay in the second. We got progressively better as the game wore on, and then got a great goal in the third period, and we had all kinds of time and all kinds of opportunity. But again, you have to credit the play of a young goaltender to come in and make some of those saves down the stretch. Pretty impressive, and I guess a fitting finish for him to get the Conn Smythe. He played very well.
Thank you, Craig.
Thank you.
So little to choose. There's the scene at ice level. As we go to break here, we're going to revisit some of the favorite moments for the players in the series in terms of inspiration. Who were those that they looked up to when they were dreaming of this?
My name is Cam Ward.
My favorite player growing up was Martin Brodeur.
I'm Martin Gerber. My favorite player growing up was Glenn Fuhr.
My name is Mike Commodore. My favorite player growing up was Ray Whitney.
My name's Craig Adams, and my favorite player growing up was Wendell Clark.
My name's Justin Williams, and my favorite player growing up was Wayne Gretzky.
I'm Chad LaRose, and my favorite hockey player growing up was Steve Yzerman.
My name is Ray Whitney, and my favorite player growing up was Wayne Gretzky.
My name is Andrew Ladd, and my favorite player growing up was Joe Sakic.
I'm Corey Stillman, and my favorite player growing up was Wayne Gretzky.
I'm Eric Stahl, and my favorite player growing up was Wayne Gretzky.
I'm Joseph Osicek, and my favorite player growing up was Mario Lemieux.
My name is Matt Cullen, and my favorite player was Dougie Waite.
Hi, I'm Doug Waite. My favorite player growing up was Steve Yzerman.
Hello, my name is Oleg Tverdovsky, and my favorite player growing up was Bobby Orr.
I'm Eric Hall. My favorite player was Mario Lemieux.
Hi, I'm Aaron Ward. My favorite player growing up was Bob McGill.
Hi, my name is Frank Cabrera, and my favorite player when I was growing up was Paul Coffey.
Nick Pauline. My favorite player growing up was Börje Salming.
My name is Kevin Adams. My favorite player growing up was Joe Perreault.
My name is Brett Hedican. My favorite player growing up was Ray Bork.
My name is Mark Recchi. My favorite player growing up was Brian Trottier.
My name is Rod Brindamore. My favorite players growing up were Wayne Gretzky and Guy Lafleur.
I'm Glenn Wesley. My favorite player growing up was Bobby Orr.
Glenn, you've got great taste, and Bob McGill might be the happiest man on the planet tonight. All right, we'll come back to wrap the 2006 Stanley Cup Championship on Hockey Night in Canada in a moment. Welcome back. Reminder, the NHL awards are this week. Draft coming up on Saturday. We'll have the awards from Vancouver. The show's on the road this year. Really looking forward to that at 8 o'clock local time. The Stanley Cup celebration continues here in Raleigh in the studio at RBC. Don's got the popcorn. That's a big part of the party afterwards. We have the hat for Support the Troops. Got to go quick. The curse of Detroit is this. The last 3 years in a row, Anaheim, Calgary, and Edmonton beat Detroit. Takes a lot to do that. They went to the 7th game of the final and were defeated. Peter Carmanis, of course, is from Detroit. Jimmy Rutherford, the GM. His roots in Detroit. And Billy Dineen was with their farm team. Billy said every time you spend time in hockey, you look around and you thank your lucky stars. And people will say, oh, yes, well, it's just a game you play. But it's because you work so hard at the game you play that you can enjoy all of this, and you can enjoy Bush. Good night.
RBC Sports, Canada's Olympic network. Home of the champions.